Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Silver Gauntlets Season 4 Challenge Cup. Today is going to be a fantastic race. It is going to be Words for Swords versus Spikevegeta. I'm super excited for that race. And joining with me on comms today is Derpydragon. Say hello to the kind people today.
Hello, chat. How are you everyone doing? I know it's been a while since I've been on comms. How are you doing today, Bitsy?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for this race. It seems to be a fiery race so far, though. We've got a fire medallion start and a bolero song start.
Right? It's just maybe this is a sign. Maybe it's if we see like a hammer early or something crazy like that. Like I'm just gonna put all my money on fires loaded.
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited about that. Our races are ready, so I'm going to go ahead and get them started. And they will start in 10 seconds. I am excited today. Spikevegeta is an awesome guy.
Oh yeah.
I've seen Words for Swords all the time in chat. I don't know much about them, but I mean, if you're in the speedrunning community, especially into GDQ, you know Spike.
Oh yeah.
And Spike
No,
immediately playing Bolero to see what that extra song is.
Yeah, whereas we see Words going, kind of getting talk to Anju, probably go talk to the man on the rooftop, get these early adult CAC checks.
Oh, definitely. And I assume Spike is just going to save quit and go back and do all that stuff too. Oh, and he's not even going to need a save quit. He just gets Nocturne.
Nope, he's going to get that hint stone up there too.
Oh, absolutely.
Once he
that
plays
could
Nocturne.
definitely be helpful.
He's going to go get the first check in fire while he's here.
I mean, you might as well.
Yeah, you get to know if you're hammer locked or not, whereas we see Words heading up into the graveyard. Gonna pick those up. He'll check out what's in the box using the little visual glitch or rolling into the wall, I guess it is.
I like to call it camera extension. And it's a bomb bag in the shield grave. Early explosives are always great. And are we hammer locked? Yes, we are.
I did not catch what was on the box when Words rolled into it.
I definitely did not either.
So let's have to wait for Spike to do that, because he's in here now.
Oh, and the Composure Grave is Song of Storms. Lost the feed from there. It is. And Dompe back at it again with some more of his, just hot mixtape jams, man. He's just throwing that fire right at you.
Yeah. Hell Knight, you're also not muted in case you were wanting to be.
As Spike picks up his bomb bag, and Words for Swords is on like a very low 50 pace.
Yeah, that's you always want that low 50. I personally can never get the low 50. That's a Zora tunic up there.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a Zora tunic. Oh, is this gonna be a 49? They got the 49! Insane movement by Words.
And he gets rewarded with 50 bucks. Yeah, not bad. I mean, a little bit more money. He could go buy a
He
shield.
got more money than seconds he spent in here.
This is true. Alright, so now he's playing Bolero, so he's gonna go get Nocturne. So, very much similar opening routes between these two.
And I agree with Gut. It does seem like the frame rate for Words is a little bit laggy. I cannot make out what that is. Oh, and we're getting refreshed as they get Nocturne. Spike is on also a low 50. This is probably a 51.
Yeah, he messed up.
I had to guess.
The jump there with when you pull out your sword, you can not pull up.
Oh wait, so maybe not. Maybe not. 49s, double 49s, absolutely insane.
That would have been a easy 48, maybe even a 47 if he didn't mess up that jump first.
Absolute madman.
All right, but yeah, now the routes kind of high-fiving in the graveyard right now. They've
Oh
done
yeah.
basically the same thing. Spike needs to go talk to Anju. That's about the only difference. So yeah, where do we see them go here? Does someone go up
I would
into
immediately go to
Dodongos?
Dongos. I
Yeah,
100% would go to Dongos with these bombs.
same. And I'm just gonna call it now, Baron Stone Dodongos. They're both gonna go there. They're not gonna know it. It's gonna just be
Right. Oh hey,
Stone
Serenade.
Dodongo.
That will
Looks like
honestly, in season 4 settings, I love seeing Prelude. I love seeing Serenade because it's so important for those sometimes just necessary age changes.
oh yeah, when you don't have one of those two songs and your spawn points are not necessarily the easiest to get over to Hyrule Castle, we have a CAC spawn as adults, so it's not the worst. We don't know what child spawn is yet. Yeah, Prelude and Serenade definitely have more value in Season 4 than they ever have.
Well, yeah, like when I say go into Dodongos, I mean like stopping Link the Goron, getting the DMT wall, get that spider, check on top of Dodongos, then go into Dodongos.
Yeah, all the trail.
Oh yeah, the Redead Grotto. I
town.
totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So yeah, clean up Kakariko here and then head up the trail, work your way into Dodongos. Kind of that route.
This is where I would
Passing through
absolutely be team buy a shield though. I
Oh,
would buy a shield before
100%.
going into Dodongos.
Yeah, shield dropping the bombs into Dongos right there just saves the time. They have the money. Dompe basically gave it all. They could get that 20 in the crate that we just saw Words grab. It's absolutely, this is a buy a shield seed. I know Wooden Barrel, my boy Wooden Barrel would not be happy with that, but this is definitely a buy a shield seed.
And not even just that, being able to ground jump is going to save a little bit of time too.
Yeah.
As Spike picks up that shield, let's see what discount he gets, because the discount is random every time, and his discount, it's normally 80. He got it for 45. Not bad.
He got
almost
a
half
nice
off.
discount. So yeah, let's see what Words is gonna get because he racked up the rupee, so he definitely is buying a shield also.
Now I don't know if it's the
Rooftop.
same discount for both of them though. It might be a different discount for him. If it shows
We'll find out.
45, then it's the same discount.
It is not. He paid 50 for that.
Ooh. So Spike coming out on top with the bigger discount there.
Already getting his money back as well in the free grotto. Because he hadn't come back here and got these rupees yet.
So
he's
with
already...
the man on the roof and the grotto and that crate, he just got a free Hylian shield.
Yep. Wasted no time.
Alright, and what is on top of Dodongos?
$50.
That, yeah, it's $50.
And yeah, Words straight into Dodongos. So he's gonna do Dodongos first, and then we'll probably work his way up the trail. We'll see if Spike does the same or if he does the trail first. Would be
because
interesting
with Goron
to
City, that's the maze too you could get.
Yeah, and it would be interesting. Like, what if it just kind of you do Sunsong Grave has a bow?
Well, there goes PJ's guess. We already know where a bow is. Now the bigger question though is, where's the Sun Song?
Yep, that's now the big question because that instantly unlocks a bow. So I mean that could not be first bow, and Spike does go into Dodongos as well. That might
honestly,
not be first bow, but probably is.
Sun's on OOT for first bow. That would suck.
That would be bad. All right, well, so we know Suns is on OT. We missed that hint somewhere.
No, that was just purple guessing.
Oh, purple guessing. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought we knew.
No.
I mean,
Now, one cool thing though is if you find out that Forest is a stone, you know that Suns won't be on OOT, or if it is, that's not your first bow.
yeah.
That's you coming out with the first
Forest.
possible option.
Just calling now, please let Forest be a stone and let us not see it. Some bomb shoes into Dongos. More explosives, always a good thing.
Oh yeah, especially if we're thinking fire, because I personally love bomb chew strats over bomb strats in fire.
Oh yeah, bomb juice strats much faster, much better for Volvagia. Yeah, I know Spike prefers the bomb juice strats in there, so We haven't seen what that pack is yet. Words hasn't opened up his pause menu, so we don't know.
I'm gonna guess it's just a 10. It's the most common.
Yeah. It might be that 20.
It very well may be the rare 20. Or the unluckily rare 5.
Oh, that's always the worst. That's the worst when you only ever get
Don't
the
have a
5 when you don't have the bomb bag and you pull the bomb juice and you're like,
Yep.
well, time to save scum this like forever.
Or you'll just get a seed that'll just give you like 50 chews in the first 10 minutes.
And then you find bomb bag in sphere 0 somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a French vanilla bomb bag right there.
Well, those yeah, we don't need a ton of bomb juice with a double bomb bag.
Kokirian Fire, Goron, Tunic, Vanilla, Zora, Forest, Water. Or no, Goron, Vanilla, so Goron Ruby is Vanilla. Forest is the Water Medallion, Water, Shadow, Spirit, Deku, Light, Jabu. Is that everything? Well, let's see. That should be 8 dungeons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, that is 8 dungeons. Granted, though, after having looked at the spoiler log analysis, my biggest bet is going to be that water is the light medallion. Because yes, we are now 1 for 5 for meme percent.
Alright, Spike got that French vanilla bomb bag, and so far that's been the only thing in here besides the chews. So, if this pulls a stone, then this might have been a big waste of time.
No, what's gonna suck is if the Temple of Time has Dodongo Baron.
So when we were talking about Spike possibly going up to Goron City first, I was gonna say the hint stone and maze was gonna say Dodongo's Cavern is barren.
Or the Midigoron.
Yeah, or
especially now that you have 30 bombs, you definitely want to check that Midigoron hint.
Yeah, but you might not have with just a single bomb bag. But it would just be, it would have been interesting if he had gone there and that hint was up there.
Yeah. And Vass, it is the Winter Heart Piece, Ice Arrows, the Stone of Agony, Nehru's Love, and the Green Rupee of Eternal Glory, Greg.
Greg, my boy. Yep. Unless King Dodongos has something, this was possibly a big waste of time. We don't know what we're going to get. I mean,
it still gives you 30 bombs. 30 bombs is never something to shake a stick at.
This is true. I'd rather have 30 sticks, though.
I mean, I'm not that big of a stick user. I've utilized Broken Stick a lot more now.
I should utilize Broken Stick more, but just give me that stick upgrade, and I don't have to worry about it.
Or just give me the butter knife.
This is true.
Then I only ever need 1 stick.
And as always, because we're here, the obligatory shoutouts to our boy, I Ate Your Pie for no reason in particular.
Oh my god, I love that. No
reason.
In true I Ate Your Pie fashion, if I ever get the Iron Boots, I will challenge my chat to see if they can raise enough channel points to make me fight King Dodongo in Iron Boots. And they always do. It's fantastic.
Yeah, the meme has to live on.
Oh, it's a scale! I mean, it's useful.
I mean, we do have Serenade,
because it's domain access, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really nice. And a medallion. So it was required.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, you take that.
Unfortunately, it was a medallion that doesn't mean much since the Light Arrow cutscene's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's Ganon's Castle access, though.
That is true.
Yeah, so yeah.
Would you do Ganon's Castle access before going Child?
I mean, I probably wouldn't. We'll see if either of the runners do, because all you have in there right now is the water temple, or not water trial, the forest trial, and
I think that's it.
Validation chest.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you'd have to go up there, you'd have to fight the Stalfos, but so that's what you have. I mean, there very easily could be something there, because obviously those would be what, Sphere 2 at this point? Because
Not
bomb
needing to
bag
time
was
travel because of adult spawn. That's 1,
sphere
2.
0
So
was bomb
sphere
bag.
sphere 3 then.
Yeah, so very early, we see our first deviation in route. We see Words going straight to, looks like Ganon's. He is going to Ganon's, whereas Spike's going up the
Oh,
trail.
nope, he's going back.
Nope, he maybe he wants to read the hint stones first.
Death Mountain Crater away the
Great.
hero. 40's a bloopy. Forest Temple is foolish. And Ocarina of Time is it's AD!
All done, Jens.
It's AD.
Woo!
That's the 3rd seed in a row I've rolled that was AD for Zelda's Lullaby too.
Woo! All right, Barren Forest though. Great, we get Barren Forest all dungeons. The worst timeline.
Oh,
Worst
gotta love it.
timeline. All right, 40 was dead as well. It was a bloopy.
Also, that scale is hard required now for domain access because AD is locking your other domain access.
That is correct. So yeah, so it was 40 was dead.
Oh, Furor's
Forest.
win. It was 40 dead, Forest Foolish, DMC Way the hero, and OOT is AD.
DMC.
Or AD is ZL. Open elevator win, open elevator never. No, I am in team open elevator.
I am, yeah, open up that elevator.
Biggeron crafts a bow! That's 2 of our bows! In kinda shitty spots!
And right, so claim check or sun song. We want to see one of those because otherwise we're hunting a single bow. We know it's not in forest.
Also, depending on where forest is, neither of those might be a thing. Because if forest is a stone, that means you either can only find claim check, or that's also not your first bow. Because AD blocks your access. No, we have Ganon's castle. We can access Blue Fire that way. Never mind.
Yeah.
Wait, no, we still can't on Thawking Zor though, because no ZL. So yeah, no. If forest is a stone, that means there's other foolish like Hylia. That means that it has to be the claim check, or it is not our first bow. If forest is a stone.
Lake Hylia Baron with Serenade. That's very interesting because I mean you would have done those Lake Hylia checks.
The one thing that Wordsforswords is going to have a little bit of an issue with when they go back child, if they go back child immediately, is it's going to immediately be nighttime. But that will also let them access Dompe Digging as soon as they're a child. They can just play Requiem. Or not Requiem, Nocturne.
Can also get it's a strength up on the volcano. So that's probably the way of the hero. Yeah,
that might
was
be a strength, yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, Nocturne, with AD being ZL,
that is
Nocturne
true. I forgot Nocturne
is also way the hero.
Forgot Nocturne was there.
Now, if we find a sometimes hint later that says Nocturne is way of the hero, an F's in the chat for Spike, or like that the Crater's melody is Nocturne, then we would know that it's the strength. All right, now can Spike get up there in time with 3 hearts?
Yeah, but we also have access to that strength already because you just have to go buy a bean, using the scale and then come back with Bolero. So we have access to that strength.
Or just use a bomb to get the bean too.
Well, yeah, I forgot we had bombs.
Oh no! Oh, that's a 3-second fuse on that bomb. Yeah. No, Spike!
Just fall in that
hate
hole.
To see it.
Just fall in that hole. The body's over it.
That's why it's important to know your fuse lengths. Bomb flowers are 6, bombs are 3.
Yeah, and so, to note, Spike doesn't know that this is way of the hero, right? That was outside.
Not
of Temple
yet.
of
No,
Time.
that was it. Temple of Time. Yeah.
Yeah. So like he's going for this just because he wants the check. This could be something big. So this could be worth the investment. At least he doesn't have to blow up the rock again.
Yeah, that's good for him.
All right. Yeah, Forest is vanilla.
Oof.
Yeah, I saw some gross medallion spread there. No,
That
it
was
doesn't
not
matter. It's
fun.
AD. But yeah, so it was
All right.
Shadow, Forest.
I missed the two middle ones.
Yeah, I missed the two middle ones. I think it was Spirit and Water.
It might have been.
We'll
I
see
don't know.
again when Spike checks. We'll
Yeah,
see
Spike will
when
check in a
Spike
bit.
checks. I'm pretty sure it was Spirit and Water. Yeah, so Spirit, Water. Yeah. God, I mean, at least it's all dungeons because you're doing everything no matter what. That would be a
This also
gross
means Deku, Jabu, and Fire, and
fire. Yeah.
yeah, Deku, Jabu, and Fire are stones. Oh no, deep stone fire, everybody, deep stone fire.
I mean, the seed told us it was going to happen.
What would have been interesting is if water had been a stone,
Yeah, that would have
because
been
that tells you
incredible.
exactly one thing: the boss key is either in the compass or the map chest. Scale is 100% logically required because Jabu locks Zelda's lullaby. And we're going to see Bombchu bowling now. Shadow Temple walk! Ooh, dog getting in the way, dog getting in the way. And we're seeing the first look at Mito's house. Nothing.
Deku
And nothing.
Nothing.
And another bomb pack! In a heart container. Oh my god.
Two
That's
out of
all
10.
3 bomb bags in 20 minutes.
Two out of 10 Mido's house.
If this was a season 3 start, that would have been a beautiful Mido's house.
Oh yeah. But in this start, 2 out of 10.
And Dompe's grave is another blue.
All right. Well, see,
So
drying up a bit.
Spike go for the Mido skip with no equipment, maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like it. Can he do it? Doing the
good.
pause buffer.
Yeah.
Oh, first try.
All right, and we see Words collecting some skulls. To note, Words did get a bottle back there in early child. We didn't call it out when it happened, but he did grab a bottle.
Nice. I totally missed where that bottle was.
Yeah, I didn't catch it fully, but I know he has a bottle now.
Oh, that's right. He did get a bottle in Ganon's.
I forgot he went to Ganon's.
That's right. I was like, I remember him doing Richard as a child, and that had nothing.
I thought maybe it was Bombju Bowling too, and I just looked away from it because I looked at the notes. I was filling in some of the notes.
That's right. He did fill it with blue fire.
Yep. All right. Well. So there's a bottle in Ganon's Castle. Yeah, he's going up here to the river. He actually doesn't have money. He could buy a bean.
And we don't have any songs for frogs either.
Yeah, so I mean, if he wants, he can get a single bean here. Also, that was the 20 pack.
Oh, it was the 20 pack. Let's go.
Because we only have all of the bomb bags, so of course he gives us the 20. Spike with the nice bomb jump. Shoutouts to buying a shield.
SFM, way the hero in SFM. Keck W. Well,
And
it was not in the Wolfless Grotto.
And 30 is dead.
So my question is, what important item is going to be on 50 again for that world tour?
Yep. And you know that Hintstone's in some garbage place for 50. Just if neither runner checks it. You never know what's on 50 unless something important's there.
Until it's like hover boots.
There's
there's Sunsong. There's your bow.
Yep. So that's out of logic though right now.
Oh, absolutely. But you grab this Hintstone, you play Nocturne, you get your bow. And then you go do Cack Archery. 100%.
Oh yeah. That was on Minuet. Wait, no, not Minuet, on Minuet.
Yep. It was Sunsong on Minuet.
Yeah, I on the note sheet I put it in the wrong spot. I said Minuet was on Minuet.
Oh, nice. Also, yeah, SFM for Sun Song for Bo. No, wait. No, it could be. It could be. Yeah,
It
because
could be if
SFM was
like
what was hinted, not Graveyard.
yeah. Um yeah, and if like Minuet or Sarya's song is just in Lon Lon Ranch or something, then that puts it in logic. Yeah,
Yep.
Spike getting that bow.
So the big question is, where is the child spawn?
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet because Words has not save quit. He's just working his way up the river here. So far, there's been a whole lot of nothing. Continue to be a whole lot of nothing. So river is old Big Baron.
Also, behind all dungeons is Song of Storms, which means the well cannot have our hammer, our butter knife, our Ritter's letter, or our boomerang.
But it could have other things.
Oh yeah.
Have a whole lot else. Yeah, forest, barren forest.
And
locking
50's
things.
dead. It says baby seed, baby 80. Oh, and he's 1 rupee short. Oh no.
Big Gar on the bow. We know OOT, SCL. Still updating hints and stuff on the note sheet. Yep. Yeah.
When
exactly,
Romans
nice.
first entered the territory that is now known as France, they couldn't communicate with the natives, so the commander pointed to the river they were standing next to and said river. The native chief immediately understood and responded Baron.
Alright, let's see if Spike goes up into Ganon's castle or if he's just gonna go straight child. There's nothing really up there.
Yeah. And TJ, you haven't missed much. Forest is Baron, Shadow's Way the hero. You know, your usual stuff.
ZL is on Ocarina of Time. You know, all dungeons. Yeah, I agree, Purple. Knowing Spike's playstyle, I don't see him doing it here. He typically likes to wait until he has a bit more open. But maybe because it's such an early Ganon's Castle access, he might do it.
Well, definitely getting the hint first.
Yeah. Yeah, he might be wanting, especially after reading that DMC Way of the Hero. He might just want to go straight and get that strength. Ooh.
Oh, and Words messed up the flame storage. That's gotta hurt.
Ooh, that does hurt.
Shadow, Forest, ours, Spirit, and
water.
Water. There we go. Yep.
Yep, Spike now officially knows the all dungeons. That was his first time learning that information. Because the other hint for ZL on OOT is in the river.
And it was
heart
nothing.
container. Man, that was he had to work for that heart container there. Alright, is he filling up a fish or he's just walking out? Oh no, he still had to redo the torches. I forgot he didn't finish the torches. Alright, anything in the domain? And Lens of Truth.
Monka S. Or should I say Monka Lens?
Spike picking up the Keaton mask, so he's starting that Skull Mask trade quest. It's a lot better here in Season 4 because you can just pick it up right away. That is a difference between the routes because GTG Way of the Hero.
So we have all of our Way of the Heroes. We have SFM, DMC, Shadow, and GTG.
But back to Skull Mask, because you can just pick that up right away. That's a difference between the two runners right now because Words went there when it was night, so he could not go into the mask shop and pick that up. So he hasn't dropped off Keaton Mask or anything like that yet. Yeah, so Sacred Forest Meadow had suns.
And we're about to see what else it had.
And there was the other GTG Way of the Hero also was up there.
Nice.
Yeah, so Spike turning into Knight, he's now gonna get the Bomb Chew Bowling stuff, go get Richard. We know this is all nothing. We also know the Wolfos that Words is fighting is a whole lot of nothing, so the newest thing we're gonna see is when Words gets to the Saria song check. Till then, we're kind of just seeing a lot of what we already know. So big advantage right now really is Spike having committed to Adult a bit longer and getting the bow by getting doing Mido skip. I see Words going Adult here somewhat soon to probably do that as well. He'll probably clear out more of Lost Woods, go get Midos and all that. But probably not too long after that. We still haven't seen the save quit location.
We have not. As Spike is now going to go do Dompe grave digging.
Yep.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
that's Way the Hero.
Yep. That's
Way the
vanilla.
Hero Sarias to get Way of the Hero Sons to get your bow. Which more than likely means that the claim checker, whatever, is going to be behind the bow, which means I'm thinking it's going to be the Spirit Temple boss key. Because while we never use the bow for it, it is logically required to have a bow to get that check.
Trying to think here about just kind of what's gonna change, where the route's gonna kind of deviate at any point. I mean, obviously it's all dungeons. Spike is a hook shot away from Barren Forest, but that forest unlocks 2 songs. Right now we're completely locked out of GTG. We would need either Epona or Longshot or even Requiem and then reverse Wastelanding to get over there. So
You don't really have
Shadow.
much to do GTG though.
Yeah, not yet, but just kind of thinking like what we need to access a lot of those Way of the Heroes.
And there's the third bomb bag for Words.
Yeah, we haven't.
Minuet could be on Epona.
Yeah, we haven't seen Epona's song. That's a big one. We haven't seen the save quit. Spike is save quitting, so here we go. Where are we?
Where are we dropping, boys?
We are
dropping in Night Market. Oh, honestly though, that's fantastic. It really is.
That's a really good spawn. That's a basic. That's
gonna make time travel so much easier.
And that gives Spike Skull Mask. Look at that, he spawned right there.
And the fact that he already has sons, he doesn't have to wait.
Yeah, that's actually for him an extremely nice. Kokiri sword chest here. We have not seen this. There's Greg. There's Greg.
2 out of 5 meme percent items.
Saria's was vanilla purple.
Fuck it, I'm gonna put all my channel points on Spike. I'm believing in him.
I can't gamble. I have a sword.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I always lose gambles anyway, so.
I put 16,089 channel points on Spike.
Right.
And just
Boulder
completely unshifted the balance there.
If you're a Spike sub, let's see those SSJ Boldas.
Mine just recently expired. Unfortunate. Oh,
and
big
throw
money.
it on the ground.
Happy birthday to the ground.
It's just ground just got 200 rubies richer.
Why can't you gamble, TJ? You're not a mod, or do you just not have channel points? Oh wait, no, you were saying something about it being like weird age restriction or something, right? In your country?
Yeah, some countries, because it's considered gambling, don't allow the channel point predictions, even though it's fake. It's fake. There's no mon. I guess because you can pay to get some bits, or not bits, channel points by like doing
How?
bits or gift subs. Your
Oh,
first
I didn't know
gift
that.
sub or your first bits per month gives you like a couple hundred channel points. It's not a lot at all, but it's
Oh,
technically
nice.
there.
10k millipoints. So you put up 10 points. As Spike is doing chickens, but not the real chickens, it's the fake chickens.
Nope. But with Nocturne, he could go do real chickens early.
Oh, and it's gold scale for Baron Lake Hylia. Wait, it could be some in the Tektite Grotto. Yeah.
Yeah, that come into play Tektite Grotto, or possibly if we never find irons. Yeah, Water Temple. Get some gold scale Water Temple in here. But for the lab, that means nothing because we know Lake Hylia is barren.
Yeah, honestly, loot boxes being illegal in your country is probably the best thing that could have happened. Is we get Song of Time from Epona.
Yeah.
Or technically Marin.
Loot boxes are something, but yeah. Channel
There's
points.
technically a chance that's useful. Polygon, and I love you. Yeah, Song of Time is great for GTG.
Yeah, because you get that side. All right, so yeah, we got Words dropping off the bean so he can get the strength. Nope, he's showing us the bean first before he plants it. Hovers.
That's big.
Yeah, because now you don't even need to plant the bean in the crater. So we just saw Words plant the bean. It's useless. You didn't need that bean.
But I think it's... Oh, no, it's not nighttime anymore. I was about to say, I think it's still nighttime for him, so he won't see it for a while. This is probably an adult play for Spike now.
Yeah, so Spike.
Wait, has he seen the Lake Hylia Baron play?
Yeah, he's seen it, but maybe he's diving into Domain.
That would make sense.
Yeah, or picking up setting Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, yeah, that would be very important.
So I would guess it's those two reasons why he's here. Or maybe he's going South Hyrule. Maybe he wants to check South Hyrule.
Maybe. This could be a South Hyrule into Valley play.
But we don't need to plant a bean. It's barren. And he doesn't have any. So yeah, it looks like he's going for the South Hyrule play. He'll probably loop back around here through the valley. And we'll see if he does any checks. We know he has forgotten that it's barren. Because he definitely has read it. He has read that hint. That was a very early hint.
Yeah, that's part of Lake Hylia. Everything in Lake Hylia are both fishings, diving in the lab, on top of the lab, and shoot the sun. And the Ruda's Letter Chat.
Yeah, no, Spike did not set Scarecrows. He came straight out to South Hyrule. Alright, we see Words fire arrows. We see Words heading to Lon Lon, so he'll get Song of Time, he'll get his hovers.
Din's fire in Haunted Wasteland check? What?
I think they're saying that because we just got fire arrows.
Oh, I know. I was saying that too. I always say that whenever I find fire arrows. I immediately think, ooh, Din's fire in Haunted Wasteland. Fire locks fire? Wasteland already hinted dead? Oh, boo. So you can't unban FAE if you also don't unban the clip in the last little Din's Fire room. Because otherwise you could go through the entire dungeon, just have to come back with...
That's the gamble you're making by doing fire arrow entry. The same thing of gold scale water, you might have to come back to get your boss key in Central Pillar.
Yeah, but it is so much easier to go do Central Pillar than it is to go all the way back, especially if, say, you already had the boss key, but you just are missing one small key and you forget to push that shortcut block. You're having to go all the way back through the temple. Central Pillar is in the center of the temple.
Yeah, it's banned, Sean. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
banned
but
in these settings, at least.
yeah. Yeah, it's also kept out of logic. That also, I guess, yeah. So it is technically out of logic, but it's also banned.
Yo, what up, Vodzilla? With that mad Skrilla? Chat, don't pay any mind to me today. I've been having major allergies, and my allergy medication makes me a little loopy.
All right, so it's Spike walking right by the valley saying, screw you, valley. I'm not going to go check you. I'm going to go check Grotto. Wonder if he'll go back to the valley. He's never been a big valley person, so I'm not sure if he will.
As we see,
But
Tektite is required.
double
Titties.
defense.
Aw, no titties.
He
don't want
could have
Tektite
picked
titties.
that up. Yeah, he's back walking back to the valley now. So, all right, we see Words looks like he's gonna do the same route, but he's pathing over to fishing.
Has he not seen? Where was the like Hylia Baron hint?
It was somewhere. I thought they both had read it at that point, but maybe I'm wrong. No, it wasn't in front of Temple of Time. That was the Forest Temple one. Maybe it was up in Goron City. That might have been where it was, so he might not know it yet. No. Oh yeah, exactly. It was on Nocturne. When you played Nocturne, so they both read. They played
Nocturne, but maybe they haven't read the hints though.
No, they read it. Words read that hint down. I remember him reading it. So then we have a forgotten hint here.
Fishing. Unless maybe they accidentally read it as Way the Hero.
Maybe.
Yeah, Nocturne was Song of Storms. It was the graveyard was Song of Storms.
Oh yeah. So it must be Goron City then.
No, I think it was the Bigoron hint, like up right near Bigoron. I think that's where.
Yeah, So some place he hasn't been. So somewhere up in that Goron City area must be that hint.
Who needs hints if you just full clear the game anyways, right?
Well, I mean, Spike won't ever have to do this fishing as long as he remembers it's Baron. Frogs 2 is dead. So that's all or always hints.
30, 40, 50, Bigoron, Frogs 2, and OOT, yeah. Nope. Tektite was titties.
Yeah, no one likes Frogs 2, let's be real.
I like Frogs 2, I just don't like doing it as a runner. But as a chat member, give me Frogs 2 or give me death.
This is true.
Now we're doing Pierre, and then he'll probably just play Serenade again and go adult. Or just save reset, actually. That'd be quicker.
He hasn't gone to Kokiri Forest, so he might have his way out and go that way as a child to do Lost Woods and
maybe,
because he doesn't really have a good warp
song. Or Domain and do that.
Yeah, he has to go through Zora's Domain. Yeah, that is smarter. That's smarter routing. Because he hasn't done Domain either. So yeah, dive in here, do the 2 Domain checks, head out to Lost Woods. And we see Words going adult.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, he has nothing left as a child. So now we'll probably see him do Goron City. He'll play Bolero right away and go get that strength and do everything.
Did Spike do the maze in Goron City, or did he just do Goron?
He did the 2. He did the 2 maze, but Words will be able to get the 3rd check because of hovers. So he'll have a check up on Spike there. It was in the maze, gut rune. Okay, so yeah, Words will see that when he goes up there. Yeah, if he doesn't play Bolero here, I'm shocked. Yep, there's Bolero.
This will be for the strength first, though, because you'll probably start at the being because I think it's faster.
Yeah. Yeah, he already planted the bean, so there's no reason not to use the bean.
And there's the strength.
Right, yeah, he's not going for the single fire check. Well, maybe now that he died, we'll see him change his routing.
Nope, taking an elevator again.
Yep. Sees that that's $50 in the wall, so he knows he doesn't need to go over there. All right, so let's see. What could Words do once he clears out castle here? We need a hook shot. So our hook shot's just gonna be on like 10 or 20 skulls.
It could be.
There's not what, because what does Words have available to him right now?
The first check and fire.
We know that's dead. Is that also treasure chest game hinted dead right there?
Yeah, it was. So rip the lens.
Yeah. What else could he do in Ganon's castle right now, though?
Nothing.
I guess the Shadow 1.
Yeah, with hovers, you could do that.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he can do up there. We know Field is cleared out from Spike. Words doesn't know that, but we know that. DC's
Cat
already
archery
done.
if he does Mito skip.
Yeah. We can't access Forest. We can't access Spirit. We can't access Water. We can't access Shadow. Jabu,
It's got to be skulls.
It's got to be skulls. The hook shot has to be skulls, or well, no, because that wouldn't be logic to get it here.
It could just be Kokiri's sword.
Yeah, so something is on skulls to progress this seed. Because I can't, or Shadow 1. It's a one of those two at this point. I mean, Words can get something out of logic here on this left chest that progresses him. But other than that, there's not a lot. Yeah, there's that Lake Hylia's foolish.
Yep, there we go. And there is that way the hero Deku shield, because, yep.
Is he? Okay, yeah, he is gonna go
He's
for
thinking about it. He's trying to make sure he didn't roll into the crate.
Ooh. A little early on the jump. Didn't jump.
A little late.
Oh.
A little early.
This is the timing is weird on this. Eh. You giving up?
Like, fuck it, I don't need it.
Ooh. Imagine if that's a long shot. Like that's the logical long shot.
Yeah.
So Spike buying 2 beans? Why did he buy 2? Spike might be forgetting about the Lake Hylia hint.
Well, it may still be faster for because you could play Bolero and get up on the bean versus trying to do the hovers.
Yeah, it might be. So yeah, there's that for roars.
Because he's getting 1 bean for the arch, Colossus Arch, in case it's something.
The 3 side hops aren't required. I always do that just backwalking. You just have to, if you just backwalk, you have to attach the boots. Like you have to put the hover boots on like right as you're walking off the box. So you kind of have to time that as well. So you have to backwalk regularly right to the edge of the box, then put the boots on and keep going. Yeah, so exactly what Paulie just said in chat as well.
Just hest into the chest, right?
Exactly.
No, just do ISG with a hammer so that you can just walk into the rocks.
Yeah, oh, chickens. Chickens is something out there still as well.
Yeah.
That neither runner has done. Is this a chicken's progression seed?
I mean, if it is, Spike is not going to be happy.
I mean, I think Spike will go do it here soon. Spike has already done all the adult stuff. He knows there's nothing adult. So if he's thinking it out, he'll kind of be able to figure out it's skulls or one of these, like, well, not skull mask. It could be skull mask, which he has set up as well. So yeah, he's gonna go into Lost Woods here, so we'll see skull mask. And if there's nothing, I mean, we know most of the stuff in here is dead. But if like skull mask has nothing, he might go do chickens. So yeah, so Words probably doesn't want us to see something here because he has not started this trade at all, and he's also not a child right now. So this would not be a good spot for him for the progression to pop up. For Words, it probably Skulls is the best spot that keeps us pretty even.
With Spike also already having 10 skulls, we'll be able to see that pretty soon.
Yeah, which is why I think he'll also do chickens. Okay.
$69, nice. Ruined. We need Spike to spend 1 rupee.
Yeah, just throw Greg on the ground somewhere.
Happy birthday to the ground.
So yeah, what is Words? Words off to do the field?
Yeah, could be.
Spike going to get a Saria song. I guess it could be Dompe in the city. We haven't seen Child Goron City yet. That's still available, or not?
Did you say Dompe?
I did say Dompe. I did not mean
Hot Rodder Goron.
Darunia.
We can't access Darunia.
Oh yeah, we don't have ZL. Never mind. I was just thinking Saria's song in a way at the hero location. But yeah, it could be.
It could be Hot Rodder. It could be Transpot. No, it can't be Transpot yet.
Yeah, because we can't.
Not yet.
Same thing.
Once we get Magic and Dins, we can do Transpot though.
Yeah.
Now, will we see Words
I'm betting
get titties? No. Oh, yes, we will.
Yeah. Jump back in.
Because not only does it give you the titties, but it also refills your hearts. And with him being that low, that makes sense.
So yeah, chickens or skulls are looking most likely right now for this progression. We're gonna see Spike clear out the forest here. We're gonna see what's Words gonna do. Probably go do archery, it looks like, with that save quit.
Most likely. Well, it wasn't the Skull Kid. Hashtag Skull Kid back into Smash.
We've already seen all this from Words, everything Spike's doing.
I just can't remember if Words did this before he got Saria's or after.
Yeah, I think he still checked that. Ooh, that's gross. Double Shadow Way of the Hero for a triple dip Shadow. Gross.
I once had, in an S4 setting, 3 of my Way of the Heroes wasted for triple SFM Wath. It was a hook shot, Saria's Song, and Song of Storms.
So yeah, so Spike gonna do Hot Rodder on his way down to Kakariko here. Words going for the single fire check. That's just a bloopy. So yeah, who's gonna go do chickens? Who's gonna go turn in skulls first? Words still needs to kill a couple skulls. Spike can go get 10.
We are about to see Hot Rodder.
We do have a bottle, so 20 very much is in logic. But Words is the only one with that bottle, and he hasn't put bugs in it yet. And there's the progression.
There we go. I wasn't surprised that Hot Rodder had that, to be honest. Because I figured our first progression after that hard lock would be a stone dungeon.
Yeah, because we gotta get to that ZL pretty quickly for a lot of the
3 of your
medallion.
5 medallion dungeons require ZL in some sort.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah,
But
once
a
again,
knife, you can spread the toast.
that's unfortunate for Words, because he'll have to go back child to get that. Which he'll run out of stuff to do here as an adult pretty quickly, so he's gonna have to go back child. But that's not the most easily accessible spot from the spawn. He's gonna have to like play Serenade, essentially do the route Spike did to get over there.
You could also just play Nocturne and climb up DMT.
Yeah, but I feel like going Serenade, dipping into Domain, and going through Lost Woods would be quicker, but
Maybe.
yeah, he's gonna clear
But we'll
out South
definitely see a
Hyrule.
Deku play.
Yeah, no, Spike's going straight to Deku.
Oh,
He's gonna go get
sword
Greg.
transfer.
Yeah.
And there's the fire arrows for Words.
Yeah, that too. Without ZL, he might not ties to do Goron City as a child, but at a point he might just have to because it might be the last. He might last location that if there's just nothing else on chickens, 10 skulls. Yeah, I would guess we see chickens and Skull Mask before Hot Router, or maybe while he's routing in Skull Mask, he does Hot Router.
I think so, Sean. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
I know all the qualifier patch files are saved. Somebody's got all the qualifier ones.
Who
I'm not
wants
sure
to
about
play
the
those? Who would want to play those qualifier seeds?
People who hate themselves.
80% of those seeds were garbage.
That's a weird way to pronounce 100%.
There was like 2 good seeds. I'll give
garbage.
This is true, but there was the fact that there were multiple qualifier seeds with like 100+ entrants that no one cut the 3 in. Just think about that one. Just no.
Oh, I know. I was in most of them.
I am glad I wasn't. I was watching them. I was doing my job as mods and chat.
The fastest call I had was also my PB, which was a 3:29.
Nice. All right. Now the question is there anything in here? Or is it still chickens and 10 and all that could be? Ooh, we're getting a big post play.
Well, it wasn't a big foe, but it could be seen.
Could be seen him trying to get it. He's going for it. He's trying to get it. So yeah, if you don't know, chat, what he's trying to do is he's trying to get enough speed to get the big Poe to appear. I don't believe he has it. I've always seen people use the signpost there to get the speed.
It's a 30% chance we don't put in. There's Din Fire.
And there's
a hook shot! Deku loaded!
I mean, I'm not surprised. That was the slingshot chest, right?
Yeah, it was slingshot and side shot.
So yeah, so that large rolling Goron is looking like the bottleneck, and unfortunately for Words, he's...
Oh, Gut Rune, this is far from over. This is so far from over.
Oh yeah, all it takes is a long shot being somewhere dumb, and Mirror Shield being somewhere dumb, Boomerang, Boomerang
or just Strength
really
2 being somewhere dumb.
Yeah. Long Shot and Mirror Shield are a bit more likely because they are very limited in places they can't be. Strength 2 has a little bit more.
Barren Forest is available, Resident Sleeper.
Please no. I mean, it gets 2 songs, so it actually is smart to get that out of the way here, because that might be Epona's, that might be Desert Access.
How does it get us 2 songs? We haven't beaten Spirit yet.
Oh, it gets us 1.5 songs. Gets us 1.5 songs.
As Spike picks up his 12th skull.
But it could be required to go do Spirit to get the other song, so it will eventually get us the second song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and also something could just be on chickens and Spike could just never go do it, whereas it looks like Words might do it right now as he's dropping off the Keaton mask. Because with Words knowing he has basically nothing, I'd be shocked if he walks by chickens right now. Alright, anything else gonna be here in Deku Tree though?
Oh, with
Deku gonna be triple way of the hero.
Kakariko is not Wath. Our Waths are DMC, SFM, GTG, and Shadow.
Yeah. And we got Sunsong and Sarias in the Sacred Forest Meadow. We got a Strength and Nocturne in Crater. We haven't been in Shadow. We haven't been to GTG. We're a magic
I'm
away
100% in your corner, God Emperor Sodium. 100%. Do not do chickens unless Kakariko is Wath or chickens is hinted. Or you're literally like have one check-in logic and it's chickens.
At this point, Words has like 4 checks in logic though. So it makes sense for him to do this here.
It's gonna be like a heart piece.
Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be nothing. Whenever you succumb to doing chickens, it's nothing. It's when you always put it off until it is literally the last thing. Or it's 3 hours in and you finally do it, that it's something. So, we'll see. He still needs to kill 3 skulls as well before getting that 10 skull check. We might see the bugs getting bottled as well, especially if chickens are nothing.
Speaking of which, though, happy 1 hour, everybody.
Woo! We've beaten 1 dungeon and Spike almost pulled 2 dungeons out in that first hour. It was nice with bomb bags, and that was about it in the first hour. That's all we ever got.
Mr. Salty himself thinks it's gonna be $5. What happened to Goma? She died.
Yep. She got Deku nutted.
Also, was Deku vanilla?
Yes, it was.
Nice.
Yeah.
I say she did.
Spike was about to play Serenade, and then he's like, wait, my save quit is basically vanilla. So yeah, so Spike looks like he's going back adult, so he is putting chickens behind. So this is another hook shot right here.
No, but it's magic! Oh no!
Well, that is unfortunate for Mr. Vegeta.
Oh, Vegeta, what have you done?
There is another magic out there.
You fool.
There is another magic out there, so he might be able to he might get bailed out and not have to do chickens. He's not doing chickens for a long time.
And you want to know where that extra magic is?
It's always
that extra magic is in Shadow.
So Din's was in Deku, so Words is gonna have access to that Shadow Way of the hero after he gets his Butter Sword from Hot Rodder. Second magic's always magic blocked. Let's be real. When is that not magic blocked?
Yes. Words might be going for skulls. This is a bugs play. Oh, yeah. He hit the wrong thing. Oh no, he picked up the right one.
Oh no.
There's
Spike getting his strength. Probably gonna go do Forest. So we'll just ignore Spike for 15 minutes when he goes and does Forest. Yeah, it looks like he is. It looks like he's going for goals. He might also be doing Valley, because I don't think he's done Valley yet.
This does look like a Valley play.
So yeah, but just thinking about it, so Words is going to be first into Way of the Hero Shadow. That's a given at this point, even with the Skulls play.
Only if they do Goron City as a child.
There's not much left for Words. There's not much left. They have to do it here after Skulls. Whereas Spike's going into Barren Forest, but if this brings out Eponas, then Spike will be first into GTG. Yeah, and that's
really
also
hope
it.
that the next magic is soon, because I put all my money on Vegeta.
I mean, best location would be like, for second magic for Spike at this point is either what Purple said, where the Forest Medallion song is just nothing. It's Prelude. And then so he has to go back Child, do Chickens, do Skulls. And then Shadow has it, but then that kind of, I mean, he's getting Dungeon done here, so it's not really putting him behind. Or just if it was out like Fortress and this is Epona's song off of Forest Temple.
Oh, imagine if 10 Skulls had the long shot.
Oh,
That might push Wordsforswords towards Forest, and we could get double Barren Forest.
please.
Wouldn't
No.
that just be exciting, chat?
All right, everyone say goodbye to Spike for 15 minutes. We'll check back in on him in a while. We know he's finding literally nothing in here. He knows he's finding literally nothing in here. He's looking for keys and a boss key and clearing this dungeon. But even once you get the keys, you still got to do basically everything. Spike is already at 15 skulls. He'll get a couple more here in Forest, so he'll be close to 20 coming out of Forest. But yeah, so yeah, we gotta watch Words. When is he going to the city? When is he gonna go hang out with the Gorons?
Bye, Vegeta. Have a good time. Sink their battleships and their whales.
Alright, that's 8 for Words. He's gonna go get the one on the patch here in Lake Hylia. He can go get the one on the island in Lake Hylia for 10. So he'll probably get 10 here in the lake.
I agree, TJ. Forest Temple boss scheme. Skip when.
Just where's the mod for when you read Forest Temple as Baron, it just gives you that medallion or stone. Because no one wants to do it. Just you read the hint, all of a sudden that medallion appears in your inventory. People have been pushing for the elevator. I know I am on the... Hey, look, if this was open elevator, Spike would be out of Forest Temple in 4 minutes. Because he would have grabbed that, he would just walk into that elevator right now and be done. Open that elevator.
And that is the big thing about open elevator. If you open the elevator, you still have to find the boss key.
Yep, but that's it. I mean, it makes it another fire. It makes it another. Don't think is a bad thing. Those are some of the more strategic dungeons in Zooter. Ooh, Words going adult. So Words is giving Spike some time off of that chickens. Why Words is going
Words
adult?
is just doing it for the content. You know, he might be the next Mark Satan. We'll have to change the first name though. I'm thinking Hercule.
I am not sure why Words is going adult though. He got magic.
He's going
Maybe
for the
Ganon?
Spirit Trial or Shadow Trial 2.
Yeah, that is what he's going for. I don't know. I would have.
See,
I would have
that
done
would be
child.
the worst, Purple. Things on the falling ceiling room would suck, but that's the gamble you have to make. Just as if something was on highest Goron or in the river.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's just the same thing as people complaining about Top of Fire or River Chest. I'd rather people complain about that than have to sit through where it's literally we don't have to watch Spike for 15 minutes. We know that. At least
Well,
if it
God
was
Emperor.
open, if it was
Yeah,
open elevator, we'd be interested in okay, when is he gonna pull the boss key? We don't
Right.
care right now, which sucks because it's like okay, just ignore half of the screen right now,
But
unless you
God
want to
Emperor
watch.
with a bow, 3 bomb bags, 2 nut sacks, 7 hearts, magic, and 1 strength. I'd say his power level's at about 1006. So yeah,
That's not
you
a
could
very high
probably go
power
kick
level.
his ass. Yeah, kick his ass, Vegeta.
All right.
Vegeta, are we there yet? No, Nappa, no, we're not. How about now?
Is there anything in Chatterjile?
I sure hope so. It's strength 2. Ooh.
But to note, that isn't Shadow 2. That's the easily accessible one. And
So
that
now
doesn't
what's
help.
on Shadow 2? Oh! Words for swords with the clutch save. You can't hit that torch from here. You gotta take the long shot.
Yep.
Oh, he
You
made it.
can.
That's the first time I've seen that. Why would
That's
you
not
come to
magic
Ganon's
lock.
without magic? Because in one check you had Ganon's open. But
Yep.
Shadow 2 is nothing.
Yeah, and Spike. I would guess if this is not opponent, Spike would do Ganon's castle probably shortly after Forest. So that
If it's
he'll
Requiem, we might see Child's Spirit.
yeah. We'll Spike will be in Ganon's castle get that second strength and not too long. It's more for Spike. It's when will he do chickens? Words is going for that check he left behind the left side of the boulder maze right now because now it's in logic with the silver gauntlets.
Fun fact, I've had Strength 2 lock my first bomb bag back when me and Vegeta were doing co-op runs. That was right after we played Dead Space 3. Can you tell I'm having fun with this?
No, I can't. I can't at all.
And yeet the rock. Hey, Vegeta. What is it, Nappa? We're in prison, Vegeta. Yes, Nappa, I can see that. Hey, Vegeta. Don't dump the soap. Oh, it's
And
a
a useless
wallet.
wallet.
No, that could be logically required for your Goron tunic.
Yeah, but who needs a Goron tunic?
All I really did on Namek was remind Vegeta that he fell down some stairs and that his Dragon Balls were taken by the twerp. That's really all I did.
Spike and me must definitely do some Gogeta stuff. That would be, I would love to see that.
I'm still interested in what Words is gonna do now, because those silvers really don't. He just got 10s. I'm gonna assume he's gonna go check that, but unless he
10
keeps.
has hookshot. 10 has hookshot. Nappa biddies. Thank you, Chip and Rat, for the 5 bits. That is going towards the next donation goal, which is a cooking stream.
Alright, 10 skulls. A blue
Well, I
bee.
appreciate it, Sean. We do a lot of stuff like this. The Nappa shot.
As we are 3/4 of the way through Forest, I believe. Nope,
Hi.
1/2 of the way.
We could have been done.
Open
Could've been
elevator win.
Yep. All right, Words, you going back, child? I would imagine so. There's nothing else he could do.
They might try big pose one more time. Nope.
Nope. No. Going, child.
I can't do that forever, or I'm going to lose my voice. So
I
we're back to
was
Bitsy.
shocked at how long you did do it.
I'm gonna continue to do it after Vegeta's out of forest.
When you can
I
actually
just need to rest
commentate
my
him.
voice, right?
When there's actually something to do.
When there's actual content, Nappa will be back. Just remember, drink that heat tap.
So to
Oh
note,
my god, 9,001 channel points.
Vegeta, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
we are there to Forest Temple Go mode. Spike doesn't have to open up any more chests here. He has found the necessary keys, so he has enough keys to finish this
Thank
dungeon.
God.
So
That's gonna
he
save
won't.
him 1, 2, 3 keys or 3 chests. Nice.
Right? And that's like a whole 15 seconds he gets to save in this dungeon.
Yeah, it's not like he doesn't get to just skip the Poe.
Nope.
I appreciate it, Hell Knight.
All right, yeah. So we see Words about to dive into Domain. So yeah, he's gonna dive into Kokiri Forest. He'll turn in Skull Mask, and then he has to do Hot Rodder at that point. So Spike basically got through most of the forest by the time it took Words to find his hook shot, by the time he gets it. But he was able to pull silvers, and he was able to pull magic along the way. So he does have those up on Spike. But Spike has the progression of the seed right now.
I want to try my TN for a little bit because that does help rest my voice. So Kiko, how you doing, Derpy?
This is. I'm just glad you have these voices, because otherwise we would have nothing to be talking about now. Because we're in barren forest and we know what Words is looking for. And Words is waiting for him to do it.
This does look like it's more bugs. I can't do my TN after doing Nappa that long.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing Skull Mask, and then he'll go into Sim. And then he'll go to Deku. He'll get the items in Deku, so it's all gonna chain together here for Words, but it's kind of just all stuff we've seen.
And unfortunately, we can't see second magic in Forest because first magic, well, nothing that got you into Forest was locked by magic.
That's true, yeah.
Like, if your first bow was magic locked, then you absolutely could find second magic here.
Yeah, and to note, Spike opening that chest, even though he was in go mode, he lost 0 time for opening that chest, because you had to wait for the ceiling to come up anyways. So, he didn't have to open it, but he did.
There should be, like the little dot in the dirt patch should go away.
Yeah.
Once you've gotten the skull from it. But you know what we get to see after this? Possibly another barren forest.
Oh, no, we Words' route right now. He's going to Goron City. He's going into Deku. He's going to Forest afterwards. Because they still don't have access to the other dungeons after that.
I mean, he could go into Shadow, but even though it's a barren temple, Forest gives you more after it's done than Shadow would.
Yeah, but Shadow is Way of the Hero. I forgot he'll have access because he gets dins in Deku. So he might go Shadow first, just because of Way of the Hero.
So you can always find a multiple of an item in a barren dungeon if that check was locked by the item you found. So you could find magic anywhere in a barren shadow because of the fact that you need magic to get into shadow. And that I forgot about Shadow being Dwarf, so yeah, we're gonna see Words do Shadow before Forest.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, are we gonna see the Bunny Hood? I would love to see the Bunny Hood from one of these runners.
I know Spike won't do it.
Yes,
I know
exactly,
when the Bunny Hood first got like available in these settings, I was talking with Spike about it, and he is hard set on it would waste more time to get it than it would ever save you.
And we have seen that be completely untrue in a race yesterday, though.
I was arguing it because I had calmed one of the practice setting seeds, and someone did
So
it, and that's
what
why I
Words
brought it
needs
up
to
to
do
him.
right here, we need Words to play Sun Song. That would save time versus waiting here.
Yeah, but he's gonna wait.
But I apologize. You were saying.
Yeah, but I had talked to him after seeing it because he was doing a practice seed, and I was like, get Bunny Hood because he had it set up, and he hard argued no, it's not worth it. So Words would have to be the hero for us to get the Bunny Hood today.
Yeah, Denzo's in Deku, and we're about to get the butter knife right here.
Yeah. Hookshot is also in Deku.
Yes.
So another required item. All right.
Also, this is yet another seed for Spikevegeta that has something on chickens.
Yep. Which, if this is not Epona's song, he'll be going to do here pretty soon.
I honestly don't think he'll have anything left after this.
Unless he gets Epona's and gets GTG access, he has nothing as an adult. So he'll have to go back child. He'll have to do 10 skulls. He'll have to do chickens. Or Ganon's Castle. He has Ganon's Castle.
Oh yeah, he does have Ganon's Castle.
But that just gets him silvers, which gets
the rest of the
he'd actually be able to do. He'll be able to do Spirit Trial as well. So he would have the hook shot going in there.
Oh yeah. And he has Bomb Shoe, so he could do both Spirit Trials.
Yeah, so that would be something that he would have over Words if he goes there. Can you imagine if Words gets in there, he gets the silvers over Spike, and then Spike goes in later, and there's something in Spirit.
Imagine there's just golds in Spirit, and then it's just
or like
long
mirror
shot
shield or something.
No, it's golds in Spirit, long shot in Light Trial, and Epona is on the Desert Song.
Oh,
and then Requiem is on Burning Cact.
That would be so gross.
Which means logically you would have to get the Strike 3 to get the long shot to access Epona's song.
Yeah. Alright, we can pay attention to Spike's stream again. What song is he getting here? I don't know. I was wondering that too, Purple. Why Furor's there? I guess if there's nothing in the two chests?
Well, no. Furor's in here because as soon as you get those two chests, you recall it back and you're...
And you don't have to walk out?
Yep. Spike getting the extra skull here on Impa's house.
Yeah, because he's very close to 20. Yeah, there's the dins, and then here's the hook shot for Words. Yeah, that
also,
is
those were
20.
the
That actually was 20.
Things. Those were the only two things in Deku, too.
Alright, so we know 10 is nothing. 20 is nothing. Skulls were useless.
Alright. Well, we're probably going to see a Ganon's play from Spike.
Well, Raikaru would have saved time on both runners if he was in this race. He would have walked by all those skulls. Alright, so yeah, Spike's gonna go get that song.
Oh! Sniped. F's in the chat for Words.
So if basically for Spike to do chickens, this has to not be Epona's. Or Requiem. It also can't be Requiem because he'll just reverse Wasteland.
But then again, GTG is Way of the Hero.
Yeah, but it's not going to be for a magic. There might be a magic in there for that magic.
No, there couldn't be. There might be magic in there, but it definitely would not be Way of the Hero magic.
Yeah. So like it would get him Way of the Hero access, but it would still be he would still be hunting the hopeful, not magic locked second magic. All right, what song? Requiem.
See, I would love to commentate that Gogeta race tomorrow, but that is way too early for me.
So he's going to Ganon's castle before playing the Requiem. So he'll get that strength 2, which means he's going to start doing Spirit Temple as well.
Which isn't a bad thing. Spirit Temple.
No, it's all required. Magic. Yeah, it's all required.
Especially if we see bow crap.
It's just what is the Way of the Hero in Shadow? It's just whatever that is.
Shadow. I'm gonna guess is Ruto's letter.
Yeah.
That's either it's gonna be either Hammer or Ruto's letter, in my opinion.
Yeah. So we'll see. He's gonna get. So we know he's getting his strength here. We don't know what is. What he's gonna find in Spirit Trial. We also know he'll get a bottle. That's it.
We're gonna see Spirit Trial first.
Yep. Yeah, he won't be able to get Shadow 2 to note because of the lack of magic, but he can get Shadow 1, which was the strength.
Luckily for him, Shadow 2 is nothing.
Yep. Yeah, it was a piece of heart, I believe. All right, and Words is nearly done.
If Spirit has magic, then Spike goes Shadow here, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes Shadow first before playing Requiem. Hammer.
Oh, Hammer. Oh, that's big.
Wow. And also rip the 1 cycle for Words. Wow.
Having trouble finding that chest.
So right now we're in an interesting situation in this race.
Skulls
Spike,
are not that. VXR skulls are dead, and dead.
Yeah. Spike has to do chickens for magic at the moment, but there is a second magic somewhere. We don't know where, but it's out there. Words is going to have to go back into Ganon's castle for a 3rd time to get that hammer. And he's about
and
to
a 4th time unless they wait until they get strike 3 to go in the 3rd time.
Yeah. So Words might not, because he's going to go adult. He's going to go Shadow. He's going to go Forest. He's going to do all of that. He'll get Requiem, so he'll have Spirit stuff. It's going to be a long time before he goes back into Ganon's castle.
Also, rip a whole bunch of people's bets that Spike was going to go into Shadow first after getting that Dins first.
Yeah. Yeah, the chicken magic killed that.
He's getting Bunny Hood!
He's going for the Bunny Hood. It's worth it. It's so worth it. And especially when you have Nocturne and the save point they have, it's so worth it. Yeah, I don't know who it's worse for either, Purple. Especially because it's chickens for Spike. I think
it's definitely worse for Spike. He hard avoids chickens if he can.
But the fact that there's a second magic, I think makes it to where it evens out. Because he has a chance of running it, getting bailed out. Yeah. But yeah, all dungeons for ZL. And, well, Spike now has 2 of the... He can get his second stone. So he's 1 away. He's Boomerang and Ruto's letter away from ZL.
There's the bottle.
Yep.
And there's the Bunny Hood. Get your bunny
And-
type emotes in chat. Foolishes are Forest Temple and Lake Hylia.
Yep. That's why we weren't paying attention to Spike for 15 minutes. Yeah, look at all that speed.
Let's get a collective zoom in the chat.
All right.
I am speed.
All right, so we should see a Nocturne here from Words. It'll be very interesting to see what this way of the hero is going to be. If this is just like Mirror Shield, one, that sucks. That's a horrible way of the hero. But that would probably be the worst case scenario. So yeah, there's the silvers. Spike, I assume, yeah, he's gonna... Oh no, he's playing Requiem to get the song. Probably check if he's key locked adult side. But I would have thought he would have done fire first.
Nah.
I
GTG's
mean,
way of the hero, you can already full clear fire, do your way of the hero.
why?
He doesn't have enough magic.
Yeah. There's Minuet.
So Spike still has a chance. It just has to find magic before Wordsforswords can get a magic refill.
Really, it's before Words can get. All right, and
Darina's dance is
dead.
dead. No, dancing daddy. Boo.
Iron boots on
The arch.
the arch.
Ooh, Monka. It's not really Monka. We have bombs, we have bean access, we have Requiem, it's fine.
Spike already has the beans, so he could get that one once.
We also have gold scale. You don't get those irons until you realize that Central Bow has, or Central Pillar
Spike,
has
you can't get this check. You don't have ZL.
He's gonna find out in a second.
Spike.
He's like, but I know the notes. It should work. I know the notes.
All right, so yeah, he needs this to be a key here, or child or ZL locked. It could actually be either.
Magic was on chickens, Doc. They were
Yep.
on chickens.
Right now, so yeah, Spike is missing the chicken magic. Words is missing the Spirit Trial 1 hammer. All right, so we do need to keep an eye on Words here. Boomerang.
That definitely makes me think more and more that Shadow is gonna have, or no, now I'm thinking GTG is gonna have your Rudo's letter.
No, I'm thinking Fire has Rudo's letter.
I think Fire is gonna be Baron.
Vegeta, are we there yet? 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 Vegeta, are we at the Fire Temple yet? Are we there yet? Yes, Nappa, we're in the Fire Temple. Yay!
All right, so just to talk about what could be in both GTG and Shadow. We are missing Rudo's letter. We're missing Mirror Shield. And technically we're missing a slingshot.
And long shot.
And long shot, yes, long shot. But that's it for Way of the Hero hinted stuff.
Yep.
Because light arrows can't be the hint. So it's gonna suck for Words if this is a slingshot Way of the Hero shot.
Yeah, and potential
That you
for
were
strength 3
supposed
waft.
to. Oh yeah, strength 3, yeah. I always forget about strength 3.
And it's 100% strength 3 if we find a strength in a way of the hero location, for the simple fact that the first two were not locking each other.
Yep. But I just the shout out to a possible slingshot Way of the Hero bait in either of these locations. Because we don't have it. It could have been, the logic could have been dip Deku Tree to get the Din's Fire to go into Shadow to get a slingshot to beat Deku Tree. That could be the logic here, if he finds a slingshot in here.
No, it
No,
absolutely could be, Lazy. It absolutely could expect you to get Dins and Hookshot, bail, go to Shadow, get your slingshot, come back to Deku and beat him.
Logic requires slingshot to beat Goma. So the fact that Goma's a required dungeon, we technically need slingshot. No
Which would
runner
then make
ever actually.
Deku and Shadow logical, double possible triple dips.
Yep.
Also, welcome, Poppy Grant.
Yeah, and it technically locks ZL as well. So it even more likely it could be a hinted way of the hero. That's just gonna be gross. That's gonna be so gross if that's the case. But that also could be GTG. Actually, probably not, because we need other stuff to access GTG. So if it was gonna be a slingshot way of the hero, it's gonna be here in Shadow.
Or it could just be Shadow as Rudo's letter for slingshot on Marinade.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, because you beat Forest to get the boomerang. God, you have to beat
Also,
Forest
if
to
you get
that
an early
boomerang.
boss key, if you're Spike, if you get an early boss key, do you dip?
I mean, I want to say yes, but I also put my bet on Ruby. So.
Also, Felix, this is another AD for ZLC. The third one in a row for me.
Got all the keys early in Fire Temple.
You hate seeing that many keys early in Fire Temple, to be honest, because that just
Oh,
means
yeah.
deep fire.
Spike, to note, does not have Scarecrow Song. So
Be
if that's
careful
an
about
item,
talking about other matches, just because some people may want to go back and watch them.
Yes. But yeah, so Spike would have to abandon Pierre.
It wouldn't be that bad.
No, but I mean, we've seen a lot of single things left behind by both these racers that have turned out to be something.
That's fair.
Goron Tunic. Goron Tunic, no. Please don't be the way of the hero. We got a wallet. That can't be way of the hero, right?
Where was the wallet?
Wallet was... Where was that wallet? Did I write down where the wallet was? Left side of Maze.
Then, no, the Goron Tunic is
No.
not by the hero.
Yeah, it's not. Okay. We're saved from a Goron Tunic way of the hero.
You know what could be in here, though? Wallet number 2.
For...
Zor Tunic.
We have that access, though, because that's in the...
Oh, that's right,
crate.
that's charted. Never mind.
Yeah. There's the slingshot. No. No.
Monka S.
I cursed it. I cursed
Yeah,
it.
we have access to both tunics and one wallet, so none of them are way the hero. As Spike is finding nothing but keys and junk. Like I said, bear and fire.
And also, what if Bosky's just on Pierre? I mean, he has
That would
Serenade, so it... Oh. So it wouldn't be
There we
the
go.
worst thing. But yeah, that slingshot's... As of right now, that's the only way they...
I kind of want that to be the only thing in here because that I'm, you know,
I don't for
definitely
words
buy it.
sake.
Like for Words' sake, no, but I also want Spike to win because I know Spike better than Words. But like, I
Yeah,
also
but-
want them both to be able to do well.
I
As
want them
he
both to do
easily
well.
just goes over that in his
Yeah, that's impressive. I never get that.
Letter
Letter
on
on
here,
Pierre.
TJ, no. TJ, no. I don't need that. I do not need that seed again. Please.
TJ, I already spoke something horrible into existence. Don't try and do it yourself. It's not fun. Ugh, that's such a gross way of the hero. Yeah. Words is setting furores out here, so after you blow up the pot, you don't have to kill the keys. You can just furores and come right back out. That's why Words is doing that.
There we go.
The deep stone fire for the boss key.
Well, anything past these 2 checks are deep fire,
Yeah.
in my opinion. These 2 checks are
agree.
mid-fire.
Mid-fire at this point, yeah.
So are you in Team Free Gorons or Team Don't Free Gorons?
Don't free the Gorons. They free themselves. If you notice, if you just walk away, they free themselves. Free them.
Ooh, another bottle. That's not Waff.
Where was Song of Time again? That was in
Song
the
of
windmill,
Time
right?
was Windmill, yes. No, it was Epona.
Epona, yeah. All right, I'm updating the notes. I wasn't fully.
We're
up to date on
in
that.
deep fire right now. We're about to be in deep fire. Oh no! That slingshot's not Waff. Something else is here.
Yeah.
Because that hook shot to be able to get into Spirit Trial was not behind the slingshot. Slingshot, not Waff. No, that's not locked at all. So chat, what's the real way of the hero item gonna be?
It's not my fault. But
Felix
what
says
is here
mirror
in
shield.
Shadow?
The star says long shot. Purple says long shot.
I mean, I called the mirror shield a while ago, so I'll stick with that one. You called Ruto's letter in here.
Yeah, I did change my bet to Ruto's letter in GTG after we found that boomerang, though.
That is true. Also to note, we haven't seen the magic locked magician.
Yeah, we've not seen Magic Lock Magic, which means there is still hope for Spike somewhere. But not
And
for my
Spike-
channel points, they died!
Spike has also not seen the boss key. So Pierre
We're in
boss key,
DLC fire at this point, folks.
Yep.
DLC fire.
Pierre looking more and more likely like he's holding that boss key. Rip Words. That jump, I just pulled the block or hook shot the ladder. I don't go for this jump. There you go, you got it second try.
First try.
The ice bait. I don't know.
And he forgot he doesn't have ZL!
Oh yeah, we don't have ZL.
Both of them have now forgotten they don't have ZL. And he doesn't have Minuet!
Yes,
Oh,
Shadow
the
has
bait.
nothing to progress the seed.
All of the bait, dude.
Oh, that is. He's going to Barren Forest now. He has to.
Also, that face when the way the hero Shadow cannot be Ruto's letter now.
Yeah,
Which means it
can't-
has to
it's
be
it's
long
Mirror
shot
Shield.
or mirror shield.
It's got to be Mirror Shield. Or some funky weird logic where it was the slingshot or it was the Goron tunic. And
No, it can't be either of them. It 100% cannot be either of them.
Hammer is on Spirit Trial 1. But Words has already double dipped Ganon's castle.
He didn't pull the block purple, but he did set FW.
Yeah. It can't, I'm pretty sure it can't either purple until there's some funky logic where the logic just didn't set correctly or something. Like, it's one of those seeds. Alright, Spike.
Highest hammer, or hammer chest has boss key.
Yes, but Spike gets bailed out. I think there's still a chance it's an item on Pierre, but it at least is not boss key.
He's already checked compass, so let's see what this is.
Key.
Pierre is a key.
It depends on what Volvagia has. right? Because if Volvagia
I'm
has a
pretty
key,
sure
wouldn't Pierre
that
be
key
an
we
item?
got was the extra key. I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah, there's one key left between the two of them. So Spike needs to see an item here on Volvagia, or Pierre has something. But to note, Words also doesn't have Pierre. So Words also might leave that behind. But
And now we
Words
get to
also
ignore
needs the
Words
hammer.
for 15 minutes as he's in
Yep.
Barren Forest.
Everyone say goodbye to Words.
Which
We'll
means
check
we're
back.
focusing on Vegeta.
The magicless, not doing chicken Spikevegeta.
You gotta feel a little clocked about that magic.
All right, but to note, so let's talk about his strat he's gonna be doing here. You're gonna
Bomb
see
shoe
Spike.
strats. You hit the second hitbox over and over and over, and then
Yeah,
you
there's-
smash her head in, and then you kill her.
Yeah, if you didn't know, Twin Robo's not the only boss with two people. Volvagia, actually, there's two of them. You just only see one at a time. They like to hide the fact they're twins. One hides in the ground while the other one plays.
Because, Star, Nappa always asks Vegeta, are we there yet? 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 Hey, Vegeta, can we stop at the bug planet?
Oh,
Oh,
Not getting
Vegeta's
that
feeling
hammer
the
thing.
bird. Oh, but he got the hammer.
and he got the
there goes Vilvagia. Her last words were, Link, please. Because remember, chat, Vilvagia was Link's pet. Vegeta. Vegeta. I'm haunting you. Vegeta, Jada. Jada. Vegeta, Jada. Ghost Nappa. Well, there's something strange in the neighborhood.
Pierre has an item.
Guess who it is? Pierre's item.
So who's calling Rudo's letter up on Pierre? Who's doing
I'm
it?
not.
Who's putting their money down?
I'm not. It's a bloopy. You could go buy a heat tap with that bloopy, though. Or catch this Sunday as the world champion Hercule Satan takes on the mysterious Bugman, Mr. Perfect Cell.
All right, so what is Spike gonna do here now? As an adult, he has left side of Boulder Maze. I don't think he has anything else. So he needs to go back child. He
As
can do
I,
child.
Mr. Satan, hope Spot Vegeta does chickens.
I need to look up if Bitsy's actually a member of Team 4-Star. I think the
So, yeah.
closest member of Team 4-Star I could pretend to be is probably Lanny Pator or Takahata. Mostly Lanny Pator, though.
So Spike is gonna go child here. I see him doing spirit first because then he can also plant that bean out in the desert that gives him his iron boots. So we'll see him do child spirit before chickens or anything like that. But
I don't know if it actually would help if he does that, but you know what would? Playing a children's card game.
Hey, you, what are you doing in the comms for a Zelda tournament? You're supposed to be playing against Merrick for the fate of the world. Yeah. You didn't miss much, Gut. There was nothing in fire. Bosky was highest hammer chest.
if you didn't see, Spirit Temple adult behind the rolling boulders was Boomerang.
Oh yeah, that too.
We had a potential scare of Way of the Hero slingshot in Shadow Temple, but it shouldn't be.
I'm down for that, Hell Knight. I would love to rewatch it. I actually have a playlist, Hell Knight, that I could stream in the server, like Discord server. It's got all of the episodes of DBZ plus all of the movies in as close to lore order as they would all be together.
That's some commitment.
Oh, it's
Oh,
also
and-
just I throw that playlist on and go to sleep a lot of the time. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna tell Gut Room we said goodbye to Words for 15 minutes because he's in Baron Forest Temple. So just wanted to give that shout out, just so you know. You don't need to look at your left side of your screen right now. There's nothing in here.
Pay no attention to the man on the left side of the screen, because he's not the world champ about to fight Mr. Perfect Cell this Sunday morning. This Sunday. And remember, the winner of that match gets a lifetime supply of E-Tap.
You know, they say lifetime, but they never consider the Dragon Balls. As we're about to see the first check of Child Spirit.
Rudo's Letter and Mirror Shield Longshot are what we're really hunting right now. Hey,
look, another bow!
That's the last bow. We didn't know about that one. That was the last bow. Because Big Goron Sword has the other one.
TJ, just stay up all night, watch GBZA with us, and then go to work quoting DBZA.
Not a bad idea. So Rudo's Letter and Mirror Shield. That should be one of those is in Shadow, one GTG.
Where's the
long shot.
Child?
Long shot. Where's long shot? Because that's GTG access, and we need Rudo's Letter to get ZL to access whatever is in Shadow. So long shot's not in Shadow, or Rudo's isn't in Shadow. Wait, so essentially we either need to find long shot or Rudo somewhere just in a random spot at this point.
Tamal Talk 13. I think I'm saying that name right. Correct me if I'm not. But I am still Mr. Satan's agent. I'm also working on a new movie called Spikevegeta. This little bald kid, I'm gonna sucker him out of all of his money, and he gets to get peed on by the little monkey boy. I think his name's Gohan or Goten or something like that. But Spikevegeta is gonna rake in billions of zenny in the box office. Go watch Spikevegeta.
And that one's a deep lore that you absolutely had to have watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged to get.
I'm still just trying to logic out where these items are.
The logic is GTG is Rudo's Letter so that you can get
But
ZL.
you need
so that
long
you
shot
can
or
get-
opponents to get that. So where's long shot?
Long shot is just sitting in Child Spirit right here.
I mean that's one of the few locations left it could be. If it's not here, I am very confused about what the seed is.
This seed is a Bitsy special. You don't get to understand it. It just exists.
Yeah, because we know it's not Ice Cavern. We know it's not Well at this point. Like those places maybe could have 3 items, but it's not whichever one's locking all our progression, which at this point is looking like a long shot. So
the well is locked behind AD.
Yeah.
So-
It could be like Water 1. Okay, you have to get the Iron Boots, dip into Water Temple to like pull like a long shot. Which would be
Yeah,
gross.
it could do that if it's in map or compass chest.
Yeah. But like it's this is a weird seed. Or Pierre. Pierre's just chilling with it.
Yeah, Pierre could just have long shot.
Pierre could just be chilling with Rudos or long shot. One of those has to be found in a random spot soon.
OOT, Ice, Burning Cack, and Graveyard. We know that one, we know that. So Ice and Burning Cack have Eponas and Prelude.
Yes. So, unless you can beat Spirit, so unless you pull Mirror Shield and can beat Spirit without ZL, which is possible, and then you get Eponas from Burning Cack, then that opens up everything could be in GTD, or any of them could be in GTD. Yeah, Chickens has magic. We know what Chickens has. So Spike still needs that magic. We haven't seen second magic.
They're probably thinking, how dare I roll them this seed?
Yeah, so ZL very well could not be required, but we need Mirror Shield. I mean, Mirror Shield could just be an Adult Spirit.
Well, we have 3 keys, but we've already used one, so we still need to find a 4th key. And Spike is going to go ahead and grab those iron boots.
Vanilla, it could be Vanilla Mirror Shield. Yeah.
It could, yeah.
Does he do Chickens, though, before he goes Adult?
I don't see him doing Chickens before Adult.
I don't either, but especially because he's save quitting and not playing Nocturne.
Spike, like I said, will hard put off Chickens until he has to do it.
Oh yeah, he's almost to the point where he has to do it though. But I mean, it doesn't get him anything. That magic gets him nothing until he has ZL. Because we know that Shadow.
Well, it gets
ZL
him his
wall.
second slingshot.
Target in the woods. No one's checked target in the woods yet.
Nope, it could be there.
It's
So,
it's some gross single check.
Hell Knight, I would like to make a request that if Spike does not have magic yet, and he does Chickens, I would love to switch to his audio, just so we can hear his reaction.
All right. Just on the words check in Barren Forest, to give everyone an update before you can start looking at the left side of the street again. You got about 5 more minutes. About 5 more minutes, maybe a little less, and you'll be able to watch words again.
So what you're saying is it'll be past 2 hours before we have anything important.
Basically.
We don't do the switch audio? Okay, that's fair. I'm still going to listen to it from his own stream because I want to hear this man if he does it.
He is definitely... It's looking like he's gonna... So some places we know Rudo's letter can't be. Obviously, because it locks ZL. We know it's not in any fairy fountains. We know it's not
in ice.
We know it's not in ice. We know it's not in the single check-in spirit that's ZL locked. We know it's not in well. Like, Rudo's letter...
Or any Storm's Grotto.
Yeah.
Or Frog's Warren.
Rudo's letter basically has to be here, Pierre, or the first couple things in water. Or long shots there, and it's just in GTG. Like that.
Average first finish time of Challenge Cup is 3:11. Lake Hylia is barren, Pembles.
Well,
Also, welcome, Pembles.
We haven't seen any fairies because we don't have ZL. Yeah, Lake Hylia is barren.
Also, Pembles, I'm so glad to see you in chat. It has been forever, and I hope you are doing well. You are a sight for sore eyes.
So yeah, we gotta... One of the 3 items we still need is in one of those locations I listed. Here, start of water, Pierre. Something's there that progresses the seed more.
That's all frog
nothing.
for worthless Bigoron. You can go get that second bow now.
3rd bow. We found the second.
Third bow.
Found another one.
That's right. That's right. That second hinted bow.
So yeah, and also now we do have the keys. You don't have ZL, Spike.
Ooh, Frog Warp though. Frog Warp could be a thing.
Well, I mean, that was basically Suns and Sarya's for both Way of the Hero, because Sarya's got you Suns, and they were both in Sacred Forest Meadow.
Especially because Minuet was locked by Forest.
Yeah, so both songs actually were Way of the Hero. Because yeah, both the other bows were bow locked, so that was the logical bow in the Sun Song Grave.
Spike, forgetting for half a second, he does not currently have Mirror Shield, so he can't check the Poor Armos chest.
Yeah, we need to find this one thing where the other two are.
And there's a 4-key locked key.
And a heart. All right, and he has one more chest in here before he's locked out.
And we have found all of our keys, chat. Ooh, making real nice work of that iron knuckle too.
Yeah. Yeah, go into that. I believe it's what the like you want to kind of get snug up right with that left foot of his, your right, and kind of do the crouch stab there, and you shouldn't get hit. Yeah. Spike thinks he's out in logic checks, but he's not. He's still got a couple things in logic that he's just not thinking of. He gonna reverse to GTG? Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
It makes sense at this point. You know something's there.
And also, depending on what is there, will tell you what...
He can't. No ZL. No ZL to get in there.
But depending on what he finds in GTG, will tell you what your access to GTG is.
Yeah. Chicken. So yeah, chickens is in logic. The start of water is in logic. And that's it, right? For Spike?
Chickens, part of water.
And Pierre.
Pierre, yeah.
And slingshot.
Slingshot in the woods, yep.
Yeah. And I mean, Words is about to be on the same hunt.
Yes.
Yeah. Words he's on Phantom again, so you can start watching him again. If you want to watch the fight, it's actually the one decent part of Forest Temple. So Words is about to be on the same hunt Spike's on, but just with a magic advantage, with having already done
Chickens is magic meta forever, and Spike hard puts off chickens.
Yeah, but I mean, he's getting to the point where he's not gonna be able to put it off much longer. With how little's left in the seed for him. Especially if he continues to not. Yeah, I don't know why Automod picked that up.
What did it pick up?
The person typed hour, but a space got put between the U and the R, so it was HOU.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm not sure why that got picked up by the Automod, but Automods are weird.
I mean, I remember when it would pick up people's typing in Volvagia because it had the word vulva in it. Before we had to add it as an approved word.
What? I was expecting something different to trigger the Automod on that.
Nope, vulva was triggered by the Automod when talking about Volvagia. Also, yes, if you have not yet, go check out the Gossip Stunts podcast. It is fantastic. They are currently working on their new episode. The other one got released a few days ago. It is AD for ZL Rockshock. It's me rolling the seed. I don't know how to roll anything else. I'm turning into
it's
Zeno.
Also some funky logic besides that. That's honestly not the worst part of this seed. There's some weird logic going on here.
Want to hit my Volvagia with your hammer? Oh, Monka, TOS, there.
All right, Words grabbing the song, so he's gonna get his Requiem. He'll head out to the desert.
Here's the question, though. Will he head out immediately, or will he go child and do Child Spirit first?
I would guess he heads out immediately. He has Silver Gauntlets. He knows he can do the start of Adult. Which gets him the boomerang, by the way. Yeah, he's playing it right away. Makes sense.
And now we're going to see what's on the Gerudo Fortress. Because if this is Rudo's letter, this is going to be in for some funky logic.
Yeah. Shoutouts to, and I'll plug a Spikevegeta event here. Mo-Mam, which will be coming up here in March for Spike, and his friend I Ate Your Pie, who got a shout out earlier. They both forgot
This
that
is
chest
Momam
1 year in a
6, right?
race. This is Momam 6. But yeah, one
Let's
year when they
go.
were doing Zooter, and Spike forgot that chest on top of Gerudo's Fortress until the very end of the seed. It was literally the last thing he checked. I believe he still won that race, though. If I'm remembering correctly. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that was fun times. But yeah, check that out in March. It's a good time. Plenty of memes are... Yeah, memes are born in Momam.
And
Yeah,
if you
so
don't
words are
know
going...
what Momam is month of Mario
mushrooms
and mayhem. There we go.
Yeah, it started as mushrooms and Master Swords.
That's
'cause
right.
It was only Mario and Zelda the first time they did it. It's been expanded over the years.
Month of March and May. Now,
People
my
like to
favorite
think that
Momam
March
was Momam 4 when they were racing Clubber. That was my favorite day.
I mean, my favorite's still 7 minus 6.
Yeah.
7 minus 6.
TJ, you get some sleep. We will catch you tomorrow for
Gogeta.
We might still be here.
Go.
We might still
month
be here.
of
Let's see.
Spike and Mapai.
Exactly.
Mapai. Tips.
All right.
Tips controller.
Words also going for the GTG way. Grabbing the wasteland check on his way.
Maybe he missed the hint.
Here.
It was hinted dead.
This was hinted dead. I just didn't track the sometime since, so I forgot.
TJ, it is 7:30 a.m. for me for that race.
I'll be at work, so I will not.
I do not exist at 7:30 in the morning.
I'm already prepping lessons for my class at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, this is my vacation week. I don't exist before 9 a.m.
That's good. All right, so far GTG, whatever the way of the hero is here, has not shown up.
Gogeta. Gogeta. I'm fusion haunting you.
No, I'll definitely catch the VOD though. I'll definitely be catching the VOD because I do want to see how Gogeta plays. Imagine existing as early as 9 a.m., right?
I was just gonna say, imagine a Gogeta versus Spikevegeta matchup at some point in this tournament.
I still want to see Spikevegeta do some comms for Gogeta. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, would all depend on timing.
Spike finally said chickens out loud. Oh, Monka S.
Spike's been saying chickens for a while, but he's been saying chickens he's gonna leave behind. He keeps just saying, I'm gonna keep leaving chickens behind.
Vegeta! What is it, Nappa? I can fly. Yes, you can, Nappa. Vegeta! Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Vegeta, have we found the Wath in GTG yet? Are we there yet?
No, we haven't.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Still.
Is that Heart Piece Way of the Hero, Vegeta?
Yes it is.
Yay! No, Nappa, we haven't! And the more you ask, the more I want to just kill you! Now shut up!
Oh, there's another heart piece way of the hero. Oh, it's gonna be in the toilet. This is just gonna keep being a horrible seed, and the way of the hero is gonna be in the toilet. And Words won't be able to get it if that's the case, because he didn't get the Iron Cruise yet.
Vegeta, you just need to flush away your feelings and do that toilet. Bulma already asked you twice, and now it's clogging even more, and it's starting to run up out of the sinks. You need to unclog that toilet. It probably has some worthless paper inside a bottle.
Yeah, Words also doesn't have a bean. He'd have to go get a bean for those iron boots. God, just keep going. We're getting closer to that toilet way of the hero.
This check is technically in logic for Vegeta because he has the hammer. So that $5 for that extra E-tap is definitely available. But he could also use that $5 to go buy a ticket to either see Hercule Satan versus Mr. Perfect Cell or seeing Sky China on demand wherever video on demand is sold.
He is picking up the silver rupees, prepping that toilet room. So. Toilet wood. What would be in the toilet? So I mean, I don't think it's not long shot.
It could
At
be
this
Rudo's
point,
letter.
It could be. I'm
But it's
guessing most likely.
Mirror Shield.
Yeah, it's most likely Mirror Shield's the way of the hero out here. Long shot or Rudo's.
No.
That resets. That doesn't reset the.
If you've gotten all 5 of them, it won't reset.
Yeah, it's
We're
it's
also
more
a key
likely.
away from all the key that we need.
Yeah, no, you do mace first. There's
Oh, it's
Rudo.
Rudo's letter. Oh no.
So that tells us long
That's-
shot in shadow?
No, because you need long shot to get out of here.
No. Oh yeah. So mirror in shadow. So long
Or
shot
strength 3.
or strength 3. Yeah.
Oh,
I get it.
boy.
We keep forgetting about strength 3 in all our conversations. Strength 3 could just be somewhere and add way more possibilities.
See,
aside
that
from
makes sense though, Hell Knight. It blocking Ho, that absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, that one makes sense. HOU did not make sense. Oh, also Rudos. To note, Words is gonna find that Rudos did not dip into spirit, so he does not have it. There's
And
the
there's
last
the other wallet. You know, I think it might be safe to say I've already died a couple times in here. Just, drowning, getting impaled, the usual.
Magic and toilet. Oh god. Spike's not doing toilet now though. He got something here. He's not doing toilet.
If toilet ends up being an item, I would think he would do toilet. We need 2 more keys, 1 more key. Yeah, we need 1 more key to have all the keys. Toilet's an item!
Does he do it?
Absolutely, you full clear your way of the hero.
I've seen Spike not full clear way of the heroes a lot of the time.
Oh, wrong shield!
Yep. So no, we still don't have lights. And the way of the heroes don't point to lights.
Oh, it's the
wow.
magic in the... Hashtag never punished.
I can't wait to tell him the first magic's on chickens.
Bail
I can't
the
wait to
fuck
tell him.
out, dude.
He's still so chat, just to know he should be going to Jabu first here because he can't full clear this dungeon right now.
No, he has access to Farore's Wind. He absolutely goes to the boat and places it.
Well, yeah, that's fine, but like you could also just full clear this. You have Rudos, you have Boomerang. You could just
Oh
get
shit!
ZL and
Yeah, no, you're fucking right. That's right.
you do Jabu first and just get ZL. Because, well, I mean, we obviously have the hindsight of up to the boat. He could maybe be thinking long shot or something. It could be there before, but still,
And,
I think you just get
Jabu
ZL,
definitely
so
would have been the better play here.
like, yeah, you have Furore, so it's not the worst, but Jabu's, I still think it's the better play.
All right, so we are still looking. Oh, wait. Wordsforswords never went into Adult Spirit. He doesn't have the boomerang right now.
No, he does not. Yeah, and remember, Words does still need that hammer in Spirit Child too. So at this point, Spike has a pretty good lead, especially because Mirror Shield, Long Shot, one of them is in here later past the boat.
Yeah.
So it would be the other
Or
one needs
strength
to be
3.
in somewhere weird. Or strength 3. Yes. Sorry, keep forgetting about strength 3. I just stop saying strength 3 and it won't happen.
I want it to happen.
We can, if we
The
forget it
longer the scene
exists.
takes, the more the people can enjoy. The more
Yeah,
chances people have to use their Prime Gaming subscription on the Silver Gauntlets and get
But
access
exactly.
to all these cool emotes.
This is the silver gauntlets. We don't want the gold gauntlets.
But then again, you can always change the color of your gauntlets. Like right now, Vegeta's gauntlets are green.
But they're still the silver gauntlets. Yeah, we still need our logical GTG access hits. Yeah, it's either Pierre or early water.
Pierre having Mirror Shield so that you can have Epona on Burning Cack for
Yeah,
vanilla
something like
long
that.
shot.
Something like that. So like, Spike isn't in the clear. He has not won this race. He has a lead at this point, but something on like Pierre could very easily tip the scale back in Words' favor. That he got bailed out by that magic, but he's still clear. Because we have 2 required items. Lights are still somewhere, but Ganon will tell us where those are. And if one of those required items is on something Spike has left behind, that Words eventually checks, it's not good.
So, Gutrune, that frog is the eyeball frog, which is part of the adult trade sequence. You take that all the way down to Lake Hylia to the old man in the lab, and he cuts it up with the poacher saw you gave him from earlier and gives you the eye drops, which you then take up to Bigeron that he uses for his astigmatism, for his Visine, or just his weed habit. And then he gives you the claim check, which you can turn in for an item. That item, this seed, though, has been hinted to be worthless.
Yeah. And to start, don't worry, you will still get Spike's reaction to getting bailed out and the fact that Chickens had magic in the post-game interview. I will be sure he knows about Chicken's magic.
Oh, I absolutely will be sure he knows.
Yeah. That's the first thing I'm going to say to him. Chickens had magic.
And there's the boss key.
Yep. All right.
And this is Adult Spirit. This will be Boomerang, which means Words for Swords will more than likely... Oh, no, maybe not. Words for Swords will not be our first one to get the ZL, because he hasn't done Fire yet.
Yep. He doesn't even have a hammer. He has to go back up to Ganon's castle for the 3rd time.
Yeah, I really like the tracker artwork. It's really pretty. It's very minimalistic, and I like that.
Yeah, Words is going to get the boomerang here in a second. Words remembered that they couldn't do the ZL check on the left. They went straight to this room.
Now, if I'm Spike, though, I think I'm going to open the shortcut and place Farore's Wind, just in case I need to use Farore's Wind elsewhere.
Where else would you need to use Farore's at this point, though? Because you're going to do Jabu, you'll get ZL, you would just come right back here and finish the dungeon.
I don't know, if he fell down somewhere and didn't want to have to climb back up.
But if he's going Jabu, that would be a different Farore's.
That's fair. Also, Words for Swords playing Serenade to get Pierre more than likely. He can't go in, he doesn't have long shot.
But he hasn't set it as a child. I think he was just getting out of the dungeon for the save quit.
That's fair.
And that was
I guess because technically Serenade is a quicker play than Requiem.
Yeah. Or Bolero, which is way longer. Yeah, another dip to get something that's locked behind gold gauntlets, and then finally going back in to find out where your lights are, to then go back in another time. So that would become like a 6 dip for Words.
So
All
Words
right,
is already double dipped. This might be the triple.
Words is going to Jabu. Words is going to Jabu right now. Well, 100%.
I mean, he can
Words is
full
going
clear
Jabu.
Ganon's aside from Light Trial right now, though.
Yeah, but Rudo's letter, Boomerang. Yeah, he's going
That's
Jabu.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, which is, I still argue Spike should have done Jabu before Shadow. Spike might not be thinking about needing ZL for the boat, though. It might be one of those scenarios where he's going to do the same thing Words did and not remember that he has ZL because it's 2 hours and 18 minutes into the seed without ZL.
Yep. But yeah, Fire Lord, it was the last chest in GTG.
Spike doing my strats of, hey, I'm using the Lens of Truth here so I don't fall.
I have the Lens of Truth, I use the Lens of Truth. I don't have the
Oh,
Lens of
yeah.
Truth, I don't use it.
If I don't have the Lens of Truth, I'm death cycling for 4 minutes.
No, I can normally get it within a try or two.
I suck at it. The very middle of the maze, Fire Lord.
Yeah, the center chest in GTG. Yeah, that.
Yeah, in the maze, the very middle one. Also, look at that bunny hood, saving time for Words.
All right, chat, get your zoom in the chat because we zooming, boys. We zooming at like 10 FPS, but we zooming. If you're a ZFG subscriber, get your ZFG Monka Hess in chat.
Yeah, or if you're a Hell Knight subscriber, get that, and then the bunny.
It is not Aurelius because Bunny Hood just sets your forward speed at your backwalk speed.
Yeah. So you just have more control. You don't have to set your angle or any of that.
In fact, rolling or doing anything besides just walking is actually slower even with the Bunny Hood on because Bunny Hood sets your actual walk speed to backwalk.
All right, so Jabu could have one of the two Way of the Hero items. Know what the other one is that's in Shadow, but it would put in some weird logic questions. we're very bye chicken.
Could he save it? Can he save it? Can he save it?
Why does he need the? Oh, because yeah, he doesn't have ZL. Why isn't he just diving? I think he remembered he had scales.
Well, he hadn't played Serenade yet.
Oh, he wanted to buy the beans. He wanted to buy the beans.
Yep.
Yeah. No, he
That
wanted to
is
buy the
Word's
bean.
second bean.
Yeah.
If Spike bought another bean, that would be the fourth bean for Spike.
Yeah. Words bought the bean to plant out in the desert for the iron boots. So that's why Words was doing that route, so that they could get the bean. And then as long as he didn't lose the chicken, it would have actually been faster to keep running up there.
To be fair, he could have just played Serenade, beaten Jabu, and then gotten to the river from Domain and gotten your bean on your way back adult.
I mean, could have, but he didn't.
Well, that's why hindsight's 20/20.
Exactly.
Because
like
everything's always a disaster.
Like Spike should have done Jabu. Spike
should have just done chickens.
So, just to note, yeah, I was like, Spike isn't going to place Furores, but he remembered. Spike remembered to place Furores.
Also, fun fact, if this wasn't Way of the Hero Shadow, we have all the keys.
We do, yeah, we do. I know there was, I forget, but someone in Spike's channel a while ago said, the wall master or floor master, whichever one it is, in Shadow Temple in the back there in the basement is called the manager, because when you need that last item, you have to go talk to the manager and see if it's in the back. So
I love it.
Yeah, so we might be talking to the manager today for our Way of the Hero item.
I love that. I'm gonna start using that.
Right? I was like, that's actually clever. I cannot give shout outs to who it was because I don't remember who. But yeah.
I have pasta in the fridge and I'm a little hungry, but it would take too long to heat up. Oh God,
Right.
we're the Karens. We've become the very thing we've sworn to make fun of.
So Spike's going child. He's gonna go, dude. He'll be moving slightly slower than in Jabu than Words will. But yeah. What do we think, Chad? Do we think one of the last go mode items or lights are here in Jabu? Take your guesses.
My
Take your
guess is
guesses.
it's Baron.
I'm feeling Baron as well. I'm feeling the early.
I'm feeling Baronade.
I'm feeling the early water shot or something. And that's what got you to Rudo's letter. That's what I'm feeling the logic was. Guess it's LOL. Nope. All right, but yeah, so we should pay attention to Words because Words is trailblazing. So we'll know based off of them. But look at the bunny hood time save here. Look how fast he's moving through Jabu. But yeah, I mean, where else could stuff still be? We know it's basic. It has to be Mirror Shield at this point in Shadow, or Golds to get Mirror Shield. So it's just where's Longshot? Longshot can't be here in Jabu.
Longshot's just sitting on Pierre, probably.
Pierre or Water Temple. That's basically it. I actually think it can't be anywhere else besides those two locations. I guess 3 because there's 2 checks in water.
So either Longshot or Epona's locks us out of
Rudos.
So
Yeah,
I
that's why
honestly think after I get ZL and beat Shadow, I might go do Ice just to see where Epona's is.
I'm not because you know the item's not there. You can basically logic out.
Oh no, it would depend on what I get in Shadow.
I'm doing my dungeon progression. I'll dip water. I'll do all that first. Like you finish, assuming we're correct in that Mirror Shield and Shadow. You go finish off Spirit, which would then give you Burning Cack check, which would then tell you where your opponent's is.
Well, if Mirror Shield's in Shadow, then Burning Cack would have to be Prelude, unless Longshot's in water.
Yeah, we basically know it's either Mirror Shield or Golds in Shadow. It can't be Longshot. Because
it could
everything
be Longshot.
How could it be?
If Mirror Shield's just sitting in Water Temple.
I guess yeah. If that one scenario.
Mirror Shield is just out there. You go beat Spirit for Epona's song, and now you have Rudos.
Or Mirror Shield's on Pierre, yeah. So in one of those. Okay, I'm wrong. It's more
it's a
likely
very unlikely. Yeah, it's more likely Mirror Shield's in Shadow, but this is my seeds. My seeds are logical nightmares. It's not going to be as simple as.
I'm still
Mirror
waiting
Shield's
for there to
Shadow.
be nothing else in Shadow and to be messed up, and somehow that slingshot was the way the hero.
See, I may roll logical nightmares, but they're still all logical. The slingshot is not way the hero, and neither is
I know.
Tunic.
I'm just waiting for you somehow to have rolled an.
That would be so. Oh yeah, we would definitely have to have a talk to with Trez if that happens.
Oh yeah. How did the slingshot get way the hero? I would.
Oh, so we're finally seeing 20 tokens on Wordsforswords.
Yeah, we know it's nothing.
This isn't a logical nightmare, it's go rush your logic. I mean, that's fair, but with people who love to say fuck logic, it's a logical nightmare.
Honestly, it's still a bit of a logical nightmare. Like you're having to go into the very weird off logical stuff, like going into water for 2 checks without ZL. Like, yes, it's in logic after you got Requiem, which was after beating Barrenstone Forest and all this other stuff.
Because remember, Purple, if you don't fuck logic, then you leave Deku as soon as you get hookshot, and you've cleared out the basement because you can't Mito skip, because that's not logic.
Yeah. Or you also can't, you can't beat Goma without that slingshot.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can beat Goma without the slingshot. It's getting
You
to
can't
Goma.
get
that
to
requires
Goma,
it. Yeah. Also, I love doing that with my shield after I've beaten Big Octo.
It was Barren Forest. In this sea, they're all medallion. They're all required. Everything's a medallion in this sea. There's no difference. There's no difference.
But we can already see how much time Words has saved in Jabu with that bunny hood.
Yeah, it's a decent amount of time.
So my question is can you go fast enough with bunny hood to do box skip easier?
No idea. Alright, but yeah, so far, if you put your money on Baron Jabu, you would be correct.
I'm putting my money on Baronade. I know I already made that joke, but it deserved a second go around.
I mean, that's the last thing in here, so we'll see.
Rip the bunny hood! Because you logically need 3 items on your C buttons to beat Baronade without just fucking it up.
Yep. Honestly, Bunny Hood would probably mess up your timing in here anyways. Probably don't want that extra speed. Oh, timing got messed up anyways.
Rip. F's in the chat.
Oh, you can't use it in boss rooms anyways. Well, there.
Oh, well, there we go.
It always sucks missing that boomerang and then you just are tossing in that Baronade and it just keeps knocking it away. Yeah, Baronade is still my favorite fight to watch when it's done perfectly. It's just such a beautiful fight when it's done just correctly.
That and Bulbaggio.
Yeah. Bomb Chew
Honestly,
in particular.
all of the bosses, except for King Dodongo, are great to watch done optimally, because Dodongo is still always 2-cycle.
Yeah, King Dodongo is best to watch when it's done completely unoptimally and you stand in the fire and die. That's when King Dodongo is the best to watch, because then it's just hilarious.
I mean, who could have ever done that?
I don't know. No one would do that.
I bet that person must be very fond of other people's pastries, though.
It has not, because we don't have Song of Storms, because it's locked behind all dungeons. Yeah, Song of Storms is in the Composer's Grave, so you needed ZL. Which was... Words will have here in about a minute.
No, they won't. They haven't gotten fire yet.
Oh yeah, never mind. Words will not.
Spikevegeta
will have it in about 5 minutes. He probably will not be going well though.
No, you go finish Spear, you go finish Shadow, and whatever item you get, you go do that dungeon next.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Child Spirit play. Nice.
Yeah,
because technically we're key locked so far.
Yeah.
And
also
the bean!
Yeah,
he had to show us the bean. He's showing the bean for content.
Yeah, he did it twice. He showed us the bean when he planted it in the crater.
He's starting an Only Beans account, guys. He's just giving us that exclusive bean content.
Man, yeah, the Jabu for Spike just feels like it's taking forever compared to the Bunny Hood one.
I remember before I learned you could one-shot Big Octo like this, I would go out of my way to get the Bunny Hood just so I could beat him around the little arena. Like, the first time I saw that you could do that, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
I was
that's
so
nice
pissed
strat.
when I saw that.
It's a really nice strat.
And now I can't ever imagine myself not doing the one-shot.
right, so to note for words, there is a bow over here that they will be picking up. I don't believe there was anything else. The keys that you need. He'll get a bunch of keys over here.
We'll only get 3 as a child, which is, I mean, that's still 60%.
And the boss key if he keeps going.
Oh, yeah.
But words might just leave after the bow and the single key, because the rest can be done as adult.
Words use 6 shots to hit that switch. As we're seeing the Baronade fight coming up for Spikevegeta.
Right, let's see if he can get
Neither
the
of them
clean fight.
electing to box skip either.
Yeah, I know Spike doesn't.
Does Spike not know the quick strat here?
He's practiced it before, but I don't think he's just ever gotten comfortable with it to go for it.
We need to learn him that, or at the very least, the one with the slingshot.
Yeah, because I know I remember him once, but I just think it never got kind of practiced.
Also, if you plan on climbing Child Spirit, it is faster to go back through these doors than it is to let the Wall Master get you.
I still say just do this as adult. Because what are you going to pull here that's going to make you want to stay child? You're done as a child. Just go get CL, go adult. Go finish off Shadow. Go do this as an adult.
We can't. He still needs his hammer.
Oh, yeah. He needs hammer. Well, still. What are you... I guess pulling hammer here? But you still argue do it as an adult.
And Spike had about the same time with Baronade as Wordsforswords did.
But Bunnyhood, true.
But Bunnyhood, exactly.
But Bunny.
And yet he's not even wearing the Bunnyhood.
Yep. All right. What did Baronade have? I know Words didn't pick it up. Oh, it's just a heart piece. Okay. All right. So Spike will be picking up ZL here. We'll go finish off Shadow.
No awkward turn for Spike. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
If you get into that blue aura too quickly, then you'll just stand there, and then it'll just slowly turn, and it's just super awkward.
Yeah, so we should see, Serenade, take the owl, get ZL, he'll go beat Shadow.
Yep.
Rip to the no ice arrows for Bongo, though.
I mean,
I guess we could still pull him in Shadow Temple, but...
I was about to say that, and I could have meant it if it wasn't for Shadow Beam Way the hero.
Yeah. I mean, Way the hero for ice arrows, come on.
Right?
But
we gotta
Bongo
get into
and
Iconic Handed. We just have to get there.
Yeah. Oh. Right,
it sucks that you can't grab that Ocarina with jumping.
At 2 hours and 36 minutes, one of our racers has ZL.
Happy 156 minutes, everybody.
What a seed. Spike White. Oh, I guess he's gonna go get Song of Storms.
Oh, absolutely. He might just do well so he doesn't have to come back child at all.
Yeah, I guess the lights could be in there.
I agree with this play if he goes well. Because you do well, you do Frogs 1. You don't have to do the other 2 grottos. But doing well in Frogs 1 means you do not have to come back here.
He's not doing chickens. He's absolutely not doing chickens there.
No, he just had the entire world open up for him. He's not doing chickens.
Yeah. Which is why I don't... I mean, I agree. You could get Song of Storms, but I go beat my dungeons. You still have Way of the Hero Shadow that needs to be done. That should then lead into another one of your other 2 dungeons getting beat. Like,
unless Way of the Hero Shadow is just strength 3 for lights.
But then you still don't need to do this. At least for now, you don't need to do this. I'd still rather clear the required stuff I know is required at this point.
This is Spikevegeta we're talking about, though.
This is true.
This is the man, the Afro man himself. He's trying to think of what he wants to do, and that's well. That's 100%
yeah, he's doing well. All right, look at that bunny hood.
Hammer was in Spirit Trial number 2 or number 1?
Number one. Yeah, you don't even need the bomb chew for it. No, Shadow was Silver's. Yeah, Spirit. Yeah, we are looking for Mirror Shield and Long.
Mirror, Long, possibly gold.
Spike, don't pick up that chicken. No.
Spike, yes.
No. Alright, if you want to hear a great reaction, go check out Spike's channel for when he pulls this magic. But then come right back here. Make sure you come back.
Now, what does Wordsforswords do here? Oh, they're doing dins for a trend spot.
Yep.
We completely forgot about this. This 100% could have our long shot or mirror shield.
It could. It's one of the ones in logic that we talk about. Yeah, also, Words did check target in the woods. So, shout outs to target in the woods being useless. Honestly, Words is doing all this because of the bunny hook. Like, it just makes all this movement so simple.
Oh, that might be good.
I think it is.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's an arrow.
It's an arrow. All right, Spike is still collecting chickens. If Spike does chickens and not bomb the well, I have questions for him.
He said he's gonna go do water if this is nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's technically nothing. Alright, Words is going adult. I assume Words is now finally gonna go back to castle.
Or
no.
just dip water.
No, beat Shadow.
He can't beat Shadow.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have ZL. God. Get your hammer. Get your hammer, Words.
He's like, I knew it. His exact word and demeanor was, I knew it.
Yep. All right, he is doing well. Yeah, if he was committing to chickens, he needs to do well. All right, Words checking 20.
Yeah, this is a 20.
Spike's very mad at that. He still got bailed out. Like, he's fine, but
he got so bailed out by that.
I still just don't know why you're not doing Shadow right now.
Maybe he's just trying to get back. Well, I would say he's trying to get back into logic, but
this would be deeper out of logic. If you're trying to get back in logic, Pierre, you're going.
But again,
into water.
you're never gonna have to go back child again after you do this in Frogs 1. Like ever. It does not matter what you have to do.
You could possibly not have to go back child already if you just clear your. You know something's in Shadow. It guaranteed something's in Shadow at this point, unless logic is broke.
True, but this also guarantees no matter what's in Shadow, you're not coming back child.
But it's a potential waste of time that you don't need to do.
Potential waste of time for a guaranteed never having to age change again. They have Water Temple and one-off checks that we've forgotten. And Pierre.
Pierre, the first two things, and water and things we just forgot because they're very weird single checks. I still just think this is not a good bet. This is going for the way of the hero better. Also, oh wait, no, did we see toilet? We didn't see toilet.
Oh, because Spike thinks that the way the hero in Shadow is the Goron tunic.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't have. Where was
Because the
that
only other
wallet?
he got the wallet in GTG.
Yeah, where was that other wallet that Words grabbed?
I don't know.
I didn't take notes on wallet hits. Oh, left side of maze. Left side of maze.
Oh
I
yeah,
did take note
yeah.
on
He
that
hasn't done
wallet.
that yet.
Yeah, he
Yep.
hasn't done left side of maze. Gold.
Golds. Oh.
They're gonna be bait. Golds have nothing. This is still a bad play.
They could
Still
have
calling
lights
it.
and light trial. I'm calling it right now.
That's all they could have.
Condom, Zooter, safely, folks. Always wear a condom when you play Zooter.
So we're still missing 2 out of 5 for meme percent. We still need winner. We still need Stone of Agony.
We have winner. We need ice arrows and we need bonk.
Oh, we got winner?
That's a bottle with a Poe in it.
I mean, I grab that if that's a big bow.
Eh.
I mean, you might not ever get bonus, and that might be your light arrows.
Oh yeah, no. Definitely you should rush progression in your Wath here. But Spike thinks that the Wath is already taken care of.
Yeah, I didn't
So
realize
if
that
he thinks
already
the Wath
thought
is taken care of, it makes sense.
this makes more
to
sense.
do this so that you don't have to age change ever again.
Yeah, this makes more sense if you think Shadow Way of the Hero is already cleared. We
Kids,
know it's
remember
not.
to wear your earplugs when you go to concerts so you don't have tinnitus like mine is acting up right now.
Yeah. We know that it's not cleared. Words knows that it's not cleared. Spike does not know that that Way of the Hero is not actually cleared. So that's unfortunate, because yeah, he never did left side of the place. If he did do it, he would know that Shadow still has something. Spike getting the quick kill? No. No. Missed the last hit.
Oh, getting hugged, getting
Yep.
bit. It's
Getting
a
shot.
snack.
Alright. Words has to be going to water. I was gonna say Ganon's Castle, but it looks like water. Yeah, exactly. This is still out of logic as well. So just make... I don't know. We can ask him about it. Well, I mean, we know why he's doing it. He thinks Shadow's cleared, but still, if you wanted to try and get in logic, you should be doing what Words is doing right now, because this isn't logic.
Yep. Dude,
All right,
the nighttime sound when you're underwater is hilarious.
If there's nothing here in these first 2 in water, that like long shot really would be the big one that would put
Or
all
mirror.
this in logic. It would be, or mirror, yeah, mirror, and then something's mirror locked in spirit. Then it's Pierre.
Yeah, it's
Really?
it's like 90% Pierre if it's not here because
Or something we forgot.
yeah, that's what the other 10% is just checks we forgot.
Yeah, because really those golds really can only lock lights at this point. It would be some weird placement, so...
I mean, if this is long shot, that gold
It
could
could
absolutely just lock your
mirror
mirror
shield.
shield. There it is.
There it is. Yep.
So
Yep,
here's the question.
Yep.
Actually,
Once
it's no
again,
question. If boss key is here in the map chest, you absolutely go beat Morpho
Okay.
right now.
Well, that guarantees mirror shield and shadow. Mirror
Yeah.
shield has to be in shadow at this point. So this is why I still argue well was not the play.
Oh yeah, no,
Because
well was 100% not the play, but if you
Yeah.
think Shadow's already cleared up, then
still
well is
you know you're out of logic, so you know this is all out of golds are out of. I would have gone and done it like. I mean, your argument of you don't ever have to come back child is correct. Like that's a reason for it, but it still would have been better to do what Words is doing and just like dip water. Just so then you also know, okay, is it Pierre? Do I need to go back to Pierre?
So here's the question though: what does Words do after this? Because this is more than likely not the boss key.
He has to go
Yep.
Ganon's. But he may be forgetting Spirit. All right, Spike's going adult. Oh yeah, he could have got the cracked wall chest out of him with bomb juice.
This tells him that Hammer's not in water, though.
Yeah. Which still is why he should be going Ganon's. Alright, so Spike gets the mirror shield in Shadow, goes and beats Spirit, then he'll finally dip into water, hopefully. So Spike
He's
should
gonna
just
dip
be...
into water unless burning Kakuzikota. Then he's gonna think he's back in logic.
Yes.
Well, no, he wouldn't technically be back in logic because we still need access to get Rudos. Yeah.
Yeah. Where is Words going?
This is Ganon's.
Spike's going golds. Spike. Go for your way. Oh, I guess it's not. But clear your way of the hero dungeon.
Well, no. Think about it like this: he does this, does light trial, and then uses Furor's Wind to get right back to Shadow.
Yeah, I guess.
So they're gonna high five in Ganon's.
Yep.
I mean, technically, if Words wanted to go ice, he could because he has hovers.
Yeah, but I think the Ganon makes more sense.
Oh, absolutely. Ice
Not
is
as much of a time
absolutely
commitment.
not something you do in this seed right now, unless lights are there.
Yeah. See, Spike, because I have his audio going. He's just talking about it sounds like he might feel like he's behind, which might be some explanation behind these plays, because he just said he feels like he needs a light trial to have something to win this race, whereas we know he's in the lead, just because of the routing that kind of left Words mainly without this hammer, but that might explain why some of these plays are happening.
And honestly, the only saving grace for Spike right now is honestly the fact that Boss Key is on the hammer chest in fire.
Yeah,
like he's gonna have to go all the way up.
Yeah, there's that hammer. The only thing that could be here is lights. Only thing here is lights.
More ice arrows. Now we're just bonk from meme go mode.
Well,
meme percent, whatever you want to call
he better use those on Bongo Bongo now. He got them. He better use them.
Bombs. Some love.
More choose.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he finally got to experience the ice arrow Bongo Bongo in real life. Yeah, Spike thinks he lost. Just for everyone knows, in his audio, he's saying he lost at this point.
Little does he know.
Little does he know, he's in the driver's seat. Dungeon.
And the biggest thing is, if lights had been in here, that would have been huge for Spike. Because when would Wordsforswords go back and do well looking for Strength 3?
Never.
Well, I wouldn't say never, but...
He's gonna do Shadow 2 right now.
Yeah. Which unfortunately has nothing.
Indigo, so it's...
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Challenge Cup. These are all the racers who did the qualifiers for the regular Season 4 tournament, but that tournament is only the top 32. These are the next 64 racers in the standings, minus a few people who decided not to go. So it's just kind of another tournament for the other seeds that didn't make it into the top 32. So yeah, it's the same settings as the Season 4, just the next set of racers. Yeah, so if you know NCAA The top 32 is the big tournament. This is the NIT, the kind of secondary tournament.
Oh, is he going water now?
Yeah, I think he's going
Is
water.
this a water play?
Yeah, has to be. Why?
I'm
well,
surprised you didn't just go back shadow.
He thinks it's cleared. I mean, I still think you just clear it, but I mean, this is gonna work. He's fine. This will
No,
put him in
this
go mode. Basically.
this just put him back into glow mode.
Yeah.
So him thinking that shadow is clear actually ended up helping him, because he's gonna be able to now clear out water temple, clear out shadow,
which
and
will
then
give him the mirror.
Yeah, and then he'll be good to go.
Yeah, he also back of shadow is technically out of logic because of ZL.
It's
and
gonna
not
be in
having that
logic
long
in
shot. Yeah.
20 seconds though.
Yep. It's very well. So yeah, I'm. It's just where
Twitch
the lights.
plays Zelda games. Thank you so much for the 25 bits. We really appreciate it.
What's lights just being ice cavern, just to make this seed worse. Or Pierre.
Yeah, it would be a world tour. If lights are an ice cavern, that's world tour 80.
Lights on Pierre would be hilarious. Because did Words ever set Scarecrow?
No, they did not.
Yep. So Words is also not getting. So I'm actually hoping for lights on Scarecrow. Yeah.
So if Spike had just done Shadow first, when he came back and did water, he could have immediately went now and set Fror's Wind in Morpha's room, but he still has that at the last little bit of Shadow right now.
Or if he just came here instead of doing bottom of the well to try and put himself back into logic.
I mean, if you feel behind, you're gonna skip a couple steps ahead.
That's it. I understand why he did it. Spike knows I love him. I understand why. Hearing him in the audio, like hearing that he thinks he's behind, it all makes complete sense. We benefit from the hindsight of both racers. Feeds up. We know what Words has been checking. We know what Words was missing. We knew it would be a while for him to get the hammer. And we knew once he got the hammer, it was in a time investment as well. So we had the hindsight.
Yeah.
Or to say that well was a bad play. It made sense. Oh, that recoil.
So Gutrune, lights are somehow ZL locked, or they're on Pierre.
Yeah.
Which ZL locked means Mirror Shield locked. It also means Storm's locked. It also
or just
could be
here in
Fairy
Water
Fountain,
Temple.
or just here in Water Temple. Yeah. There's boss.
Right.
Oh, had Wordsforswords just checked that chest, he would have cleared water.
Yep.
Oh,
he would have been done with water.
Purple fucking calling it.
Oh,
That's also
man.
the first S4 seed I've seen in a long time that didn't have the boss key in the dragon chest.
Oh. So yeah, so for the people to know, Words could have got that chest out of logic. You can drop a bomb chew from the upper ledge if you time it right after, I believe it's 4. I'm like, it's 2 or 4. I don't remember.
It's 4.
If 4 blinks and you drop it, it will blow up that wall, and then you just iron boots down there. And if you hook shot after you hook shot with your iron boots on, you can open the chest even underwater.
Gecko, no, water is not necessarily. No, water can't be barren because it had the long shot.
No.
But at this point, Spike is back into logic. So he's just going to go beat Morpha and go finish Shadow, which will get him his Mirror Shield to finish
Spike
Spirit.
just progresses his dungeons if he has to come back in the water. You kill Vova. You then go kill Bongo Bongo.
So
which we know is leading to...
Yeah.
Oh, you go.
No, go ahead.
That's all I had.
Oh, I was just going to ask Hell Knight to start a bet for where lights are.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna definitely lead you to Mirror Shield. I'm thinking Mirror Shield's gonna either be the manager or on Bongo.
Yeah.
But
man, let's go manager, because we brought the meme in here.
So chat, the bet is going to last until Bongo Bongo is defeated. Get your bets in at that point. By that point.
Yeah. Spike checking the race time right now to see if Words is done. Yeah, Spike is very convinced he lost. Yeah, Toilet, Twinrova, Pierre, Ice Cavern. Ice Cavern's definitely the worst one of those.
You have the rest of
Betting
water.
Manager, Spirit Temple Boss Key.
So, NyQuil, honestly, in these 1v1s, the minute you hit yes, select this file, you already feel behind. And that feeling does not go away until you dot.
Yeah. And with where the stuff was in this seed, it's behind. Yeah, doing the chickens, yeah, is kind of what he thought that would be his long shot. But honestly, if that was a long shot, he would have been way more behind. So honestly,
also, can we talk about how Wordsforswords got boosted back up onto the upper maze from one of the boulders below?
Yes,
like he was falling off, and that boulder helped him back up.
I have done that before, and it's honestly a great. When you were about to fall and waste time, I was like, nope, I'll help you out. Here you go, buddy. Have a nice little boost.
Angle. Yes, bonks once. Well, guess I've lost. That slug was defying gravity.
Yeah, and just a note for Words, I know we have not been talking about Words much because Spike's in the lead. Words still has a good amount of Fire Temple to do because that boss key is all the way at the top. So.
And Words just now figuring out, well, I don't know if he's figured it out, but he is just now finding out that slingshot in Shadow was not the waft.
Yeah, it almost was. And that was funny because he pulled that slingshot and then Spike pulled the one in fire not too long after just to kill the slingshot way of the hero dream. Yep, and realizing he does not have Pierre. What is... Oh, he's going for the long shot.
He's pixel shotting. Let's go.
So we'll actually get to see what's here. So if you bet Pierre, your bet might die. Or you might win. You just might win the bet right away.
All right, folks. This is literally pixel perfect.
Yeah.
Also, trackers, if we could get the Shadow Medallion marked for Spikevegeta, that would be fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We love our trackers. Shout outs to our trackers.
Yes.
They're fantastic people.
The Star and Lazy today. The Star is not lazy. That's just the other person's name. Yes, trackers are the best.
Like we commentators
he had it
do
there
not.
For a second. He had it there for a second. I saw the red dot.
But yeah, trackers absolutely keep this stream going. If it wasn't for them, we would have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, we barely have any idea of what's going on anyways. Ooh, oh, nope. It was there. It was there. I mean, Mirror Shield's gonna be in here. Just where? So, is it in one of these rooms or is it in the manager? Alright, 50-50 shot on manager having Spike taking his anger out on that poor Redead.
And what sucks for Words is he can't just set for roars in here and go get Pierre because he has it set at the boat ride in Shadow right now.
Yep.
It could possibly not be the manager. It could just be Bongo.
It could be Bongo. Yeah, I guess it could still be Bongo. Yeah, Bongo's the district manager. You gotta go above.
Bongo is the manager's manager. They are the ultimate anti-Karen machine.
All I know is I really hope Spike does Ice Arrow strats.
I mean, if you do them right, they are faster than anything.
They are faster.
Nope, there it is on the manager.
With the mirror field.
That is glow mode for Mr. Spikevegeta at 3:02:22.
And to note, he has all the keys, so he doesn't have to do any more checks in Spirit if he doesn't want to. Also, nice color on that mirror shield.
Yeah, no, I would immediately be going to Twinrova, and I have
I
have Requiem. If it's in Spirit, I just play Requiem. We're
Glow
not in.
mode, Dave.
So Dave, we're not in go mode yet because we can't go beat the rest of the game. But we are in glow mode, which means all we need are our glowing light arrows.
Also, we missed it, so happy 3 hour and 3 minute mark, everybody.
30303, called it. I caught it.
So yeah. Also, I
But
did
yeah.
not see the ice arrows come out, so rip ice arrow strats.
Yeah, Dave, go mode is essentially you have all the necessary items to beat the game. So you don't need to actually check any more chests or anything. You just go beat the game. Oh, spin strats.
Yeah,
Oh.
Spike likes the spin. If you don't know, that's why him and Fant were called Mary Poppins for the co-op tournament. Because if you caught
that
their,
makes a lot more sense.
if you caught their the Corona Games Done Quick event where they showcase Zooter, you quick spin to the beat of Mary Poppins, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and Spike sung it while Fant was doing it to keep the beat on GDQ.
Nice.
So yeah. Spike is a spin strap boy.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I thought it was spin stratting. I thought Fant and Spike both spin strat.
You crouch stab and spin attack at the same rate.
Oh, there we go. It's both.
It's 150 beats a minute is what you have to do it at.
So no light arrows on Bongo. Also, bet should close up now.
Yeah, bets are now closed, everybody. Porque no las dos. Dude, honestly, the Porque no las dos was the best commercial set to come out of the early 2000s.
It really was. So yeah, we'll find out where these light arrows
goes
are.
So well with his tunic. Holy crap.
It's matching. Words is about to get the boss key. Words will go beat Volvazia. But unfortunately at this point, Words is just it's unless Spike's game crashes.
But even then, that's just FPA.
Yeah, that's just FPA. Unless Spike just forfeits out of nowhere.
I do not see him doing that. He's not the one to forfeit
either
until he sees the dot done.
No, he's not. I'm just saying. Spike has this race at this point. Unfortunate
if it wasn't for him going immediately to water, then yeah. Had he gone to Shadow first and been in here without long shot still looking for it, this would have been a closer race.
I think just the hammer location cost Words. The fact that it would have been the third dip to Ganon, so not having the hook shot going in there on that second dip. If Words had that hook shot on the second dip, Words probably wins this seed. Because they were ahead at that point.
If Words had combined chickens with Child Goron City, he wins.
Yeah, and just that one route is kind of what really determined it. Because Spike was a bit behind. He didn't have the magic. The hammer is what kind of put it into a 50-50 state. And then the hammer just led to a bit more. Spike got the boomerang first. It just kind of led into a variety of things that put Spike into the lead.
Yep. As
Also,
the last item before Trollrova is another heart. Which is going to suck if light arrows are in the water temple, because 14 hearts is a lot harder to beat Dark Link with than even 12 hearts.
Yeah.
Because Dark Link has the same amount of hearts that you have when you start the fight.
But he didn't pick up double defense, so
that doesn't matter for Dark Link, thankfully.
But you gotta just tell people it does so they believe it.
Right. Dark Link titties, dude. Dark Link titties. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
Where were ice arrows again? Light trial, right?
Yeah, light trial. So yeah, Words will not get light.
A fun thing here is when Volvazia is flying like that, if you hit her with ice arrows, it does 4 times damage.
Sure. Alright, so let's see another good fight on the Iron Knuckle. Very good Spike. Oh, I
Oh,
jinxed it. I think
gosh.
he's 1 hit away.
Commentator
Yeah.
jinx, dude.
He was literally 1 hit away. I was going a good fight, and he whiffed it. He whiffed the hit.
Chat, can we get a collective boo commentators jinx in the chat?
Hey, at least I didn't jinx the shadow slingshot way of the hero.
That's true.
I almost did.
But I jinxed it by rolling the seed because literally this is the 3rd Challenge Cup seed I've rolled that had ZL on AD.
This one was, once again, more garbage than just CL. Let's be real.
I mean, if you stayed in logic the entire time, it's not that much of a garbage seed.
You had to dip into water for 2 checks to get the item that moved you forward.
That's true.
Without ZL.
That's true.
Like that's bad. That alone
Long shot in
makes it a
water is
garbage.
how it is in the normal game.
But you have
Arya.
ZL.
I-
But you
That's
have
true.
ZL. You don't
That
need
is
it
true.
to get your ZL.
Somebody arrest Miyamoto. Exactly. Miyamoto too strong. Please nerf.
Spike dealing with Troll Rova pretty well here.
This has been a really good Twin Rova fight. Alright, we're about 5-6 minutes away from having over half of the chat's bets just crushed.
Yeah.
When Ganon says where the lights are.
He got the bonus. Unfortunate. So, if you don't know, Twin Rover can give you bonus shots. So even if you've done enough damage to move her forward, he got the double bonus.
I think he needed this last one. I think he missed 2 of them.
I'm pretty sure he had enough.
Well, either way, he's now in 2nd phase.
Alright, and at this point, shout out to Spike, Fant, and Nuclear Reactions multi-world team, the Sexy Gomas. If you don't know, this is Sexy Goma.
This is Sexy Goma.
Yes. Yeah, Troll Rova trolling. Alright, yeah, Words getting their ZL finally. So at 3 hours and 10 minutes. A little bit more because it'll take time to go get it. But still, like, ouch. That's a rough ZL time. Oh no, Spike.
Did he miss the 1 cycle?
He missed the hit off of the shield. The burst.
Oh,
He was too close. He was
no.
too far underneath her.
Oh no.
So we better hope he gets a 3rd fire in a row.
Well, she keeps the same pattern if you haven't damaged her.
Oh, okay. Alright, there we go. He hit it that time. Yeah.
Her patterns
he
vary based on how much health she has left.
he was just a little too far underneath her.
Oh no. And the perfect 1 dive for Words.
Yep.
To get that ZL at 3:11:20, 3:11:32.
That sucks. That's such a late ZL. Alright, it was not on Twin Rova, so if you bet Twin Rova, sorry. God, just don't be ice. Just don't be ice, Cavern.
Please be ice. Please be ice.
Please be fire. I just wanted to be Pierre because they both didn't have Pierre.
Yeah, but fire would be boring because there's literally only 1 check left.
I know, but I don't want to see him go to ice.
I want to see I want a world tour, damn it.
I want to see that. I don't want the world tour. We know it's not in his castle. Or toilet. I'm fine with toilet as well.
And there's Prelude. That
so
is
opponent is out in
Spike.
ice.
What if he
Opponent is
just
in
says
ice.
Gerudo Fortress? Oh, and you
it's
have to do ice just for Epona.
No, don't.
Yes! Come on, Gerudo
No.
Fortress!
Don't speak it into existence.
I'm spaking it. Come on, Chad. Who's with me? Who wants the world tour?
Oh man, this was a seed. Also, why is Words not using this? Oh, now he
Thrower's
is.
Wind.
Okay. Yeah, he just went into Shadow to do it.
The best I can do is icy waters. You know, for the family.
Oh,
Also, technically, you could gold scale water if you did it after ZL.
yep, this is true. He did not need those iron boots, unless he says Water Temple and ice arrows or light arrows are central pillar.
Oh yes, we need all of the medallions marked for Spikevegeta place. Civil
Yeah.
Plet.
As well as Prelude if you want to. Yes. Everything but one thing on that track.
Come on, let's get a tracker bingo, guys. What if you could return to FWA point in the overworld to skip having to warp to a dungeon to use it? You can do that if you have it on the B button.
Oh, no Spike. I wasn't going to say anything about Iron Knuckle fights. I didn't want to jinx him. It really is the star.
Spike.
When there's not much going on, it's a lot harder to track.
Spike, come on, buddy. You need that last heart? All right, there we go. We can tank one more hit, which we just did. Oh, there we go. There we go. GG easy, no re.
No. All right. Words is going to see the manager to get the mirror shield. All right. Who's ready? Who's ready to find out?
Here we go, chat. This feels like, especially because we're climbing upstairs, this feels like when you're going up on a roller coaster and it's got that like jittery shake from the chain, and then the drop is where the light arrows are. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that's not the feeling you have right now.
I'm just hoping he doesn't say ice or Garuda's Fortress.
What if he says market and it's just big pose?
He realizes it when he presses not done and wins. That's when he'll realize he didn't lose.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Schadenfreude. It's when he's not done. Here we go, chat.
And
Spirit Temple. It's the boss key chest.
No, it could be the other mirror shield one.
Oh yeah, 4 Armos. It could be 4 Armos.
Yeah. So yeah, there's 2 checks, so it's 2 checks.
Right,
So
did Spike leave for War's Wind in here?
Yes, he did.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, or the ZL
Or
check.
the other
at the
ZL
very
checks.
bottom.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 checks to do if he didn't do the highest check. If he did that one, then there's 4.
He didn't do the ZL, the boss key, but he did the highest, like the ones you just get that drop. He did those.
Dude, if your ZFG for War's Wind is your literal bread and butter.
He'll be funny if it's this one, because he tried to get this one earlier.
Oh, this would be hilarious. That Wolfos is giving him the business.
Yeah, that Wolfos is rude sometimes.
And not here.
there. All right, that's 1. Pick a number. So we have what, 4 checks left?
Yeah, we have 4 checks left.
1
5
through 4.
if he didn't do the highest. 5 if he didn't do the highest. I can't remember if he did.
Do 1 through 5 if you want to. Guess 5 for some reason. So 1 through
Fine,
5.
I think
Take
this is number 3.
Words not getting
Slayer
one
thinks
cycle.
4. Purple and Derp think 2. Lazy is lazy and pressing 7. Gut Rune and Generic Gelatin think 3. Incoherent thinks it's number 2 and 4 because lights are in multiple places at one time.
6.
Star
We got
thinks
6
light
in
arrows
there.
are on Ganondorf.
Alright, so here's number 2. So all those guessing 2, purple, derp is the one you want. And you were
you're
correct.
right. GG's. And Spike is just like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Alright, so yeah, we'll be done here in a couple minutes. So as Spike's walking up to Ganondorf, let's make sure we do all our shout outs. Exclamation point R, right? Yes. That one didn't get updated. Make sure to follow both these runners. So Spikevegeta, Wordsforswords. It's not the 2 that were in that command, but make sure you give them a follow. Once again, shout outs to the trackers, just Star and Lazy today. Thank you guys. And for the commentators, I am Derpydragon, and Bitsy is the one who's been doing the amazing voices for you today. But yeah.
Now, Vegeta, it's time for the final fights. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. La-da-dee-da. La-da-dee-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Oh, Spike going down.
La-da-dee-da. La-da-dee-dee-da. It's the long shot. Back up the tower, yeah. Then he gets another chance at killing Dorf with the bottle.
There we go. Purple with the update command on the runners. So there you go. There's the links to both the runners. Be sure to drop them a follow. You can get more spicy Zooter content. And Sean coming in as well for them.
All right, chat. Say it with me. Push button, get bacon.
Spike needs to reset his damage on the jump slash here. There it goes, because he fell. He actually lost that stored damage. You want the master sword damage stored because it does more damage to Ganon than any other weapon.
All right, chat. Here we go. It's finally time for the Bacon King himself, weighing in at 2 tons, 11 feet, 5 inches tall, the king of power, Ganon.
So to note, I know I'm interrupting the Nappa commentary, this actually is relatively close because we know how Words would have to go into water, which is not very far. Yeah, so if Words actually did that one more check in water, this is maybe a 5-minute race between the two. Where really the hammer location costs Words a ton.
And there's the first phase. That was 3 hits. Count them. 1, ha, 2, ha, 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 3, ha, 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 ha. And here we go, chat. Get your GGs in chat. For the myth, the legend, the Afro Man himself, putting Bob Ross to shame, Mr. Spikevegeta.
And with
your first place finish with a time of 3:22:23, the palindrome, Spikevegeta.
what a seed. What a seed. Yeah, we will be sure to see if these guys want.
And Spike does, so I will go ahead and get him pulled in.
Perfect. I'm gonna mute him so I don't have to hear myself.
I can pull them up. There we go. GG's, and we are joined by Spikevegeta. GG's, man. How are you feeling about this seed?
Oh, I felt actually really good about my routing and my execution for about 2 hours. And then the whole seed, I was sitting there trying to narrow down what the logic was to get to GTG. And I said, it's either the front two of water or it's chickens. I had actually forgot for a while that I still had left side of the boulder maze that I could have done.
Do you
So
want to
that
know
ended
what
up-
was there?
Oh no, what was left side of the boulder maze?
A
It
wallet.
was the wallet that puts that Goron tunic not your way of the hero in shadow.
Oh, see, I had thought when I found the long shot, regardless on in Water Temple, I said, okay, that gets me into GTG where I get a wallet there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like
But
there
yeah.
were multiple wallets. So like, yeah.
But yeah, we were doing the same thing probably at the same time you were when you pulled that Ruto's letter was reverse wastelanding to GTG of like, okay, where was the logic to get
Yeah.
here? And we basically it was Pierre or front two of water was kind of like the options.
Yeah. How I mean he'll probably come into the chat. How early did swords do chickens?
Within like
Pretty
30 minutes.
Okay.
yeah. The difference was swords went into Ganon's without the hook shot. So he didn't get hammer when on his
Oh.
second trip. That was actually his second trip up there. Swords went up there for the shadow
Yeah, because we had two
checks.
medallions very, very early.
Yeah. So the spirit got left behind.
Okay.
Yeah. Swords, do you want to join for this interview? I see you in
They,
I get
they
pulled up
said
into
in the
the
race
interview.
room they just want to stick in chat
Oh,
for
stick in
now,
chat.
which,
Okay.
which is understandable.
Yeah.
Speaking of all of this, though, Spike, this is yet another seed you have raced where chickens had a semi-required item. How do you
It's
feel about that?
yeah. I mean, I was banking on it was going to be long shot. I was like, I think I've got, to me, it was a 50-50. It was either long shot or that was first magic. So that you get into shadow. Maybe that was the Goron tunic. As soon as I saw the magic there, I said, oh no, this is a straight line seed. I'm so sad. Saw the long shot in the front two of water. Knew Mirror Shield was going to be in the back of shadow. Yeah. And I had made the dumb call because I was already in there for chickens. I said, if any of these items are in the well, then I'm okay. Then the bottom well play is okay. Because I felt slow about getting back to being a
Mhm.
child,
Yeah.
which was a bad call on my part.
We were having a conversation about that exact thing, myself and Bitsy, about the well play. I mean, we obviously had the hindsight of knowing where swords was, and I know I was on the side of like, wait, why this, and why not kind of go check those logic things to see what puts you in logic.
Right.
But we kind of also had figured out at that point, I believe, did swords have the long shot at that point, right, Bitsy?
I would think so.
They did
You
not.
could have actually
Yeah.
beaten water without ever getting ZL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so for swords, yeah,
They ended up
swords
failing on
unfortunately,
that check.
yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't do the bomb chew down to the cracked wall.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was an unfortunate occurrence there. If swords had done that, this would have been like a 5-minute separated race.
Yeah.
So a question I have for you, Spike, is you have Ruto's letter. You now also have magic and the boomerang. Why not go do Jabu first so that you can full clear shadow in one go?
Why not go do Jabu first? It was part of it was confirming what my way of the hero was there, so I knew if I could just rush through areas. I said I'm not going to lose too much time because I'm already adult and I can drop for roars in that room in the back. Because for all I know, I'm going to find, say, mirror shield and lights in here, still knowing that long shots chilling somewhere.
Right.
On something I haven't checked. And then because that is way of the hero, I actually felt pretty confident that it wasn't going to bait me with like a wallet or a tunic or something. If Mirror Shield had been earlier. So then I can say, okay, now I know I can go mode. Even Jabu, I can go mode. So that was my decision making there.
And what's
My
funny is we saw Wordsforswords pull the slingshot from Shadow, and then about 5-10 minutes later, we see you pull the slingshot from Fire.
Oh,
And so
really?
and so we were thinking, oh, is this just gonna be Way the hero for a slingshot? And then we
Yeah.
see that not slingshot locked slingshot in Fire, and it's like, nope, something else is here.
Yeah, because
Nice.
I going when swords was or words going to shadow. I was looking at what we knew left. What if this is just a way of the hero hint for a slingshot?
Yeah.
And then we
That
saw that, and it was like, oh no.
And I was calling that out to my chat the whole time. I was like, there's still a lot of bait for our Way of the Hero out there between didn't have a slingshot, had no Goron tunic access yet, with boss key being all the way up at the well, I didn't know at the time. It was all the way at the top, but saw that slingshot and said, okay, that's tunic locked right there. Okay. Yeah, it was scary, and as it turns out, no, it was mirror shield and shadow, just all the way in the back, past the ZL, past the boat. So
My big question for you, Spike, and probably the most important question of this interview. Why did you not use ice arrows on Bongo Bongo?
dude, I thought about it, right? I think I was pissed off. I was
I mean I had the audio, so I knew you were at that. Like, oh man, I think I lost all this. I was like, man, he's not gonna do ice arrows now. I almost thought maybe you would because it's like, man, I lost, so let's just meme.
screw it,
But,
shoot him in the face. Yeah. And I even had them because they were in the light trial. Yeah.
yeah, when we saw it, I was like, ooh, he learned the lore of the ice arrows. He might do it.
So I've done it twice now. The first time I did, I was like, that's kind of hot. That was like really good, actually. Like it knocked him down immediately. And like it was less waiting on my part. It removes the punching, the fisting RNG. I was like, all right, this is good. This is good. But then the second time I did it, I couldn't do it. I don't know. It was something weird. I was like, I think I need to work on it before I bust it out in a tournament. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
know
I want to.
I
I
know
like
when
Ice
you
Hero.
tried it the first time and then Fan tried it, he was having his troubles on his first attempt
Yeah,
of
I think I
doing
just
the ice arrow
shot
strat.
him luckily at the right time. There's like it takes some retooling, but if it works, it's pretty good. I actually like ice arrows on bongo, so we'll work on it. We'll maybe pull it out for the second group match. So,
One person that we've seen in
oh,
these matches so far that did a fairly decent job with the ice arrows was actually Ice Nine TM in
oh
their
wow.
match a few days ago. They
Uh,
always use ice arrows for bongo if they have them. So if you're looking for like a clip of the bongo fight to use for that, I definitely recommend Ice Nine.
Ice 9.
Yeah, ICENINETM.
Okay. All right. I'll check. I actually do. I would like to work on that. So here's my question for you, gentlemen. How did you enjoy my 6 blast twin Rova?
That
I
was
loved it.
fantastic. I thought I honestly had looked away for the middle two, so I had assumed you maybe had just missed one or two,
Nope.
and then I look back and I'm like, no, that was 6 blasts. Awesome.
That was
So
I didn't
Spike,
even know that was possible.
you know what's funny is I'm pretty sure Barrel had almost had two extra blasts earlier today in a seed, but I think he saved it on preventing the second one. But they went for the 6 blast on Barrel earlier.
That's ridiculous. See, and almost always I don't trust it, so I always hook shot her to make sure she's not going to do the bonus blast after the fourth hit. I was doing my jump slash at a weird time tonight and just kind of did it there. I was like, oh, I got the bonus blast. And I even hit her with the hook shot. She still did it and then immediately turned around and did it again. I was like, I can't believe this. And then for the first time ever, I shot underneath her in the
Yep.
second phase. I said, what is this twin Rova? What has happened? So,
Also, I know words left. Words said GG in the chat to you, Spike, just so you know. But
oh, words.
gotta shout
GG.
out words for getting the bunny hood and saving so much
No.
time in Jabu.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. That's the place where it's hot to use it. It's good.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
this was the seed for it. I mean, you had perfect spawn point and nocturne. that this was the
That is
seed.
true. It's something I've never done, honestly. I'm always like, because I'll even still sometimes be like, I'll get to Skull Mask later, maybe.
Yep,
Yeah, you're right. This was the seed.
this was
All
the
the
seed.
movement you had to do. This was a good seed to get those bunny hood.
Now, if you go back and watch the restream, there were a couple of times I was doing a Nappa from Dragon Ball Z Abridged impression for commentary, and that had chat saying that they would love to see you and me commentate a Gogeta match.
Oh my god, that could be fun. That could be fun.
That could be
Do we have a
super fun.
scheduled match for them yet?
There's one tomorrow at like 7:30 Central Time.
Okay, I can't make that
So,
one, but
I can't. No, I can't either. As
okay.
Purple redeems Vegeta, are we there yet?
Shut up, Nappa. God, that could be fun. That could be fun.
That could
These could
be
be fun things,
super.
chat.
But going into that, you have your other matches as well against Alex and Dig Dig. I don't know if you know them or not, but how are you feeling for your other two matches after already having the one win down?
Yeah, so the way I mean, obviously, excited to get the first win. Dig Dig, I believe we're set up. We're going to be doing our race on Friday, so it should be fun. I I am very bad about research. That's not my strength as a rando player. I should, I don't. My opinion on just facing anyone in this group phase is that we're all probably about. You have like some outliers, like Cola. Cola should be in the top bracket. Maybe Sora, like a handful of people. Certainly not me. A lot of us, like, I think there is here in season 4 levels of Zooter. There's so many very, very solid Zooter players who, if you just make the wrong routing decision, not even necessarily it's a bad decision, it just didn't work out for you this seed, then you can take a loss. So
Hmm.
excited to get that first win. Definitely hoping I can secure a second one, be a little more, free form going into the next one. But I absolutely think anybody could win this bracket. Anyone could lose. So
Oh
that
yeah.
that that's my opinion, having not done research on my specific opponents, but I do have a lot of respect for them that they made it this far because hundreds of people joined the season, and uh, it was a lot even to just get this next 64 slots. So
Oh, absolutely. And regarding how just anyone can lose, I mean, we've already seen that in the top 32 bracket with Felix beating Bonnaroo and a few other
mhm,
upsets that I cannot think of right now. But that is just, it's season 4. Anything can happen.
yeah, absolutely anything can happen. We I knew we were we were packing in for a long night. I saw OT is ZL. Well, okay. At first I thought
right
maybe
off
it
the
could have been a
bat.
shorter night. We got a bomb bag, beat DC, that's medallion 2. I said, okay. And then fourth head sound, OT ZL. Well, okay.
I mean, you had 3 bomb bags within 20 minutes.
That was
Yeah.
crazy. One in DC, one in Mitos, one in
The shield
the
grave.
Shield Grave. Just
Shield Grave, yeah.
make your pick.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. All but one of those, two of those were Sphere Zero, and the other one was just bomb locked.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So
And speaking of exciting matches, coming up through the rest of your week here, we have a match right now, currently being restreamed, but you can definitely go check a multi-stream for it. We have Sora versus 10th Doctor. They started
wow.
about an hour and a half ago. Uh, and then Thursday we have 4 matches for you: one at 8:30, one at noon, one at 1, and one at 8. We have the aforementioned Gogeta versus Yo-Yo Kanari. We have Amala versus Mike Katz. Tenacious Toad versus Minot. Choco versus Exodus. And then Friday you have your match with Dig Dig. We also have Irwan versus Philippe, and then J-Bone 25 versus Rosca. Those are all going to be exciting matches. And then There just isn't enough time in the day, as Saturday has, I think this is 7. That
The
is
Seven.
64
three.
people, a lot of
Yeah.
group stage matches. That makes sense. Jesus.
Oh yeah. We have 7 matches on Friday or on Saturday, I mean. One of them is at midnight Saturday, unless that might be noon. We might need to get confirmation on that. And then we have one at 8 a.m., one at 9 a.m. And then 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3 of them are at 2 p.m. and another one at 2:30. So they're just happening all of the time. That multi Twitch is getting a run for its server money.
Wow.
And then in the main bracket, we have a double header on Thursday. We have Tom Poos versus Red Room and What the Hells versus Riley at 3 and then 7. And then we have the now rescheduled Random Settings League Rob Dog versus Kurox. That's going to be Friday at 8 a.m. They had to postpone that due to a snowstorm. So that's
God.
always fun. And then rounding out your Friday, you have a match of Mr. Mario versus Sazy at 3 and Mr. Martin versus Vodzilla at 11 p.m.
Shoutouts to the Spikevegeta 69 on challenge for the participant name.
Oh, I
Hell yeah,
absolutely
dude.
love that. But is there any other questions for Vegeta in the chat? Otherwise, I think we're gonna be good to go. Definitely check out the brackets. Give the channel a follow if you're watching this on a YouTube VOD. Leave your favorite number in the comment section. Put what your favorite number is.
Or your favorite Dragon Ball Z character.
Yes. Which is your favorite Dragon Ball Z character, and why is it Krillin?
There's a surprising amount of Dragon Ball Z characters facing off in Zooter Season 4.
Oh,
That's very true.
absolutely.
All right, but yeah, I think that wraps it up for us. So once again, shout out to the runners, Spike Vegeta and Wordsforswords. Make sure to drop them a follow. Shout out to our trackers today, to Star and Lazy. And then once again, I have been Derpydragon on comms, and Bitsy has been joining me, or otherwise known as the.
Nappa!
There we go. He picked up on it.
God damn it,
Otherwise known as
Nappa.
Nappa. But yeah, I think we
But we
can
will
wrap
see
this
you
up.
all tomorrow. Bye bye, everybody.
Yes, we should raid the creator of the Gossip Stone podcast, because that's also something you need to watch or listen to. I don't know if it's a watch thing. But y'all have a wonderful night. Go check out Emo Soda. They're a fantastic streamer. And we will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.